Hello, good evening. I said I was gonna stream at the end of February. It's still February in my time zone. It is not 12 a.m. So I can talk. So I did it. I actually did it on a Monday. I had to eat really fast. And I actually wanted to shower before I went to stream because I feel kind of gross, but it's fine. You don't get to see my face anyway, so you don't know if I'm gross or not. Well, I guess now you do because I already said it, so, huh. Let's see. I don't think there's that many people on. And it's okay if I'm just talking to an audience of myself. I don't particularly mind. I did want to do this myself. I know I'm not very... See, unlike everybody else, I don't have a really pretty photo or, like, a VTuber model that people could be, like, oogling at, and I'm also not an anime girl, so unfortunately so. All you get is my voice and my cute little orangey mascot. So, well, regardless of if anyone's around or not, I'm still going to stream. Huzzah! But thank God. Thank God. I started like 10 minutes before. And, okay. I kind of retweeted. I think I've boosted myself around enough. I'm like one person working on my entire stream thingy. Like, I make everything myself. Anywho, I said I was gonna talk about stuff like love because, you know, Valentine's Day was on February. Well, to be fair, I could have talked about Chinese New Year, honestly. It was on February 1st this year. So, I guess, whatever. Anything goes. Anything goes. I got a few questions on my retro spring. Thank you for, like, the 3 people who actually sent me something. Who's actually sent me something, and barely... Not a lot of questions. I was... Not that I was expecting more, but I guess it wasn't like... I guess I was only expecting, like, 1 or 2. But I got 3. Like, wowee, I got 3 questions. I'll answer them. Let me see how long I can extend the stream. It might just be really short, because, I'm just streaming a little more just to get affiliate, just to see how that works, I guess. I guess it's more like I don't really like using Twitch, but I don't know how YouTube works either, so unfortunately so. Here I am. Okay, let me go through the 3 questions I got. Let's see, the bottom. I know my friend sent me this one, but, you know, I'm not gonna go and blast their names out loud, but, alright, let's go. First question. Hi, Teru. What is your wackiest / unique experience with love, which you think only you went through? With the little cute little, cat face. The 3 little, yeah. The nya mouth. That is a very hard question to answer. How should I put this? Because I feel like when you experience love, it is a genuine... sorry, I can't English. Generally, it's a unique experience for the person. And, man, I don't know if there's anything that I specifically went through. Like, I kind of feel like if I share something, someone might be like, oh, I had something similar. Like, because, you know, there's, like, how many people in the world, and there's only one me. But, I guess if I were to say, this isn't actually related to me. I actually told this story so many times, because it was literally the pinnacle of my 8th grade year to be in the middle of a shit fest that had to do something about love. Now, I'm going to be using it's not like I'm not going to say that there is a trigger warning, but just in case, I'm just going to I'm going to warn you guys ahead of time that there's a lot of there's a huge content warning for things like depression and self-harm. And I say this because, trust me, it is a wild story. I said this so many times to so many people. You guys might actually remember me telling you this through text or something. Like, it's just a... I swear to God, I don't know. Like, if you thought anime and manga was super inaccurate when they had teenagers going through some wild ass shit, especially in like shoujo manga, trust me, it can happen to you, because it happened to me, or my friend specifically. So, Here goes, story time with Teru! Yay! I actually have a lot of stories to share. I feel like an old man every time I do this. When the Hey Dan, yeah, honestly, it's same for me, but let me tell you this story from middle school. It's a very long story. It's not long, but I'll try my best to summarize it because my ADHD makes me elongate my stories for no fucking reason. So, now, like I said, this isn't something I experienced myself. Actually, it was my friend that experienced it. So, the TLDR of this, and I've gave you guys content warnings for self-harm and depression. There is a reason why I say this, and I will get to that, like, maybe in the next 50 sentences. I don't know. But what happened was, okay, is 8th grade. Okay, at one point in my 8th grade year, because there's, like, my school is kind of huge, and we kind of live in a poor neighborhood, so barely nobody goes to our school other than the people in the neighborhood, or if the other middle schools are like, we don't want you, they kind of yeet you over here, because it has space. So at one point, there was a bunch of people that started coming into our school. Most of them, a majority of them, were mainly just, newcomers. We called them FOBs, fresh off the boat, like the one TV series, fresh off the boat. Yeah, that was basically, that was kind of basically what happened. So yeah, a lot of them were just people who came from China. I'm pretty sure they're mostly from Hong Kong, or at least southern China, because I could speak Cantonese with them. But yeah, we have a lot of these people coming, and we also had some people, stragglers who couldn't get into other middle schools, like, people who transferred over. And at one point, there's these 2 transfer students, okay? I don't even remember their names. It's been so many years. But I'll call the guy A and I'll call the girl B, okay? So we get this guy A and girl B. So guy A was, I don't remember what kind of ethnicity he was, but he looked pretty white. So he's your white guy. And girl B was a Vietnamese girl. Oh god, it'd be really weird if someone from my middle school was watching this right now. Like, just literally clicked on my random stream and started hearing me say this story and kind of went, holy shit, I feel like I know this. If you know. I'm like, if you know, I swear to god, don't out myself. Don't say my name. It's like, don't say anything, bro. Anywho. So there's A and B. These 2 people came here, and I'll tell you this. So guy A happened to like my friend. I'll call her name started with an L, so I'll call her L. So basically A and L started dating, and little did I really, because the thing is, I was pretty close to L for at that time, so it wasn't like we were strangers, but I was the type of person who mingled amongst 3 different friend groups. I was usually with my little group of Asian gal pals. And, I just call them gal pals. It's a nice little ring to it. But yeah, it's like my little Asian group of friends. And I would roam around to, like, a separate group, which is the group that I was in with, the friend group with L. And so when A and L started dating, what I didn't know at first was that B actually really liked A. And by god, she was very, very persistent on that. She went up to my friend L and actually went, A is mine. Fuck off. And I was like, A and L were dating, so it's not like L was gonna take that standing, right? Like, she's not gonna just take that. So she's like, yo, what the hell? And kind of like, that's where B and L started fighting each other. And like I said, B is persistent, and she was desperate, okay? And like I said, this is where the content warning comes in. If you guys do not want to hear about this, please leave for the next minute or 2. So, when I say B was desperate, she was so desperate, she would try her best to copy A, kind of like if you're more like, you want to be like the person you like, kind of thing. Like, you want to pretend you like the same things they do and all that. So that's what B did. And at that time, I was only like 12 or 13. I didn't quite get the bigger idea. But the thing is that A was depressed. He actually self-harmed. He talked about this. He wasn't shy about it. He said, yeah, I do this. And of course, well, to me, I was kind of like, oh, I don't think you should be doing it. Well, to me, in my head, you know, I was kind of like, you shouldn't be doing that. And, well, here's the thing. I'm not going to pry into somebody's private life. I would never do that. So it was like, so that's what happened with A. Like, he's depressed. He self-harms. That's, you know, and, you know, B kind of went, well, the moment she knew that, she started doing the same. And we're kind of like, that's a little, okay. Alright, that's a little desperate. And, yeah, needless to say, a lot of people got involved. A lot of teachers and staff got involved, rather. So it was very, yeah, so B and L would start fighting a lot over A, and, you know, B, being as desperate as she was, kind of did that. Like, B was a piece of work of her own. I wasn't that close to her, and she was kind of notoriously infamous in our year, that nobody really wanted to talk to her. Everybody kind of spoke badly of her, and of course, in a sense, I did kind of pity her. I did try talking to her once, like, just privately, and she kind of told me once that, she was like, oh, I live in the shadow of my older sister who seems very perfect and all that. And I was like, oh, yikes, that kind of sucks. And it kind of makes sense why she did what she did. But I was 12, so I didn't quite understand that. So it was like, yeah, thinking back on it now, it kind of makes sense. And she was also, like, her family was also kind of like, it's not that her family was rich, but I think it's just they had more, like, physical money on them. And, you know, I guess it's one of those Asian things where, like, they don't trust putting money in banks kind of thing. So they have a lot of paper money on them. So yeah, it was kind of I kind of feel bad for her, you know? I don't know how she's doing now, though, but that's basically the TLDR of the story. I swear, there was a lot more details to this that I'm not going to cover, but, like, I was only 12 when this happened. This is the wildest love story. Till this day, I was like, shit, my 8th grade year was literally anime. Like, there are 2 other instances about this, but I won't talk about that. Or I might have talked about that. So to sum up, what was that unique experience with love that I think I only experienced was literally being in the middle of a shit fest with my friend. I honestly was like, I was so good at just keeping my nose out of this. I was like, no thanks. I just sort of went to my other friends. Like, I'm just gonna hang out with my other group of Asian friends. Yeah, it was a very wild time. I don't know why that was a thing. Oh, man. Yeah, that was pretty wacky, though. Like I said, there was a lot of bitch fights with B&L. And their relationship, like, their friendship, I guess, was kind of weird. It was kind of like, at one point they would be friends, and at one point they would start fighting over this guy, and, like, the guy himself just kind of, like, was a little wishy-washy, was, like, on and off relationship with my friend L, and I'm here like, why? But I'll be honest with you, that friend L had a very weird penchant of attracting not only weird guys, but guys you can tell at a glance that they're not good guys to date. As in, they are shitty people. I don't know why she attracts them. Like, I'm like, I don't know why she does attract him. It's so weird. It's like, every single time a guy would go bother her, it's like, you immediately know right away that guy likes her. I'm like, we talked about this before. She was like, I don't know why, okay, stop it. Anyways, enough about middle school me. That was the wacky experience with love I experienced, even though it was not to me directly. It's a lovely story to tell. And when I said it happened at some point in the year, I think it happened sometime during spring, so it went on for a few months. And of course we graduated, and my friend was still kind of dating A at that time. And because I did meet her once more sometime during, like, 9th grade or so. I know a couple of my RL friends, but this friend L, but yeah, like, she said she broke up with him, and was like, she broke up with him, and then she broke up with him because he went to B because B has more money. So he's like, oh yeah, I kind of like that money, and I'm like, oh okay. And at one point he came crawling back to her, and my friend she was like, fuck off. She was like, fuck off, and then literally left. Like, she's just like, no, I don't like you anymore. It was like, God, no, we were only like, what, 12, 13? Like, what is this, like, teen drama here? I thought this shit happens in high school, not in 8th grade. But yeah, it was something. It was something. Anyways, enough of that. Alright, next question. Okay, I really like how this person phrased it, and I'm like, most people don't phrase it like this, but they asked me, breast or thigh? Are you talking about meat? Are you talking about poultry? Because, breast meat, chicken in particular, breast meat is a little dry. But if you prepare it well, it's good. Chimkin, yeah. Chicken breasts are okay, but a lot of people don't make it well, so it tastes kind of dry and, frankly, a little gross, in my personal opinion. I love eating chicken meat. Like, give me chicken, I'll eat it. Not raw. Please cook it. I don't want salmonella. But yeah, it's, so I would say generally I would prefer thighs, because it's like, you know, it's not as tough and not as dry. Easier to cook, honestly. You can't go wrong unless you chucked it in the oven and turned it up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit and cooked it for 1 second. You know, like, you can't really go too wrong with that in most cases. Don't forget to season your meat. I mean, chicken does taste okay without you seasoning it, thankfully, but put a little bit of salt, some pepper. It makes a huge difference. Don't be like weird white people who blanch their meat for some bizarre reason, and I'm here like, why do you not add seasoning, yo? Like, unless you have, like, a dietary restriction on your sodium intake or something, I get it. But, like, if you don't, please don't think that it's a good thing to just boil your meat and call it a day. Like, please add some seasoning. But, I don't know if this breast or thigh question is, about food, or is it about my preferences in people. If we're gonna talk about people, I would say generally, since I'm facing people, like, if I'm looking at people, I would look at their chest first, kind of, depending, like, because it's, like, in front of my face, and I'm kind of short, so if you're, like, taller than me, in most cases, my eye level is usually at someone's chest. So, I would see people's chests first, before I would be, like, but I don't like looking up, because it's tiring, so I sometimes do shift my gaze down, so I'll be, like, staring at people's legs. So, both, I guess. They're both good. Both is good. Both is good. So, I'll be honest, when you look at my drawing, I like drawing legs, so I guess I prefer thighs. I guess generally, I just prefer thighs. Eating them, yeah. Eating them too. Yeah, eating them too, yeah. You know, take that both ways. Take that both ways. Pun. A pun, I must add. Okay, this is not related to the topic of the month of this stream, but this person, it's a compass question, actually, where they asked me, would I run Urara on every deck? And, okay, so if you don't know compass, Urara is basically a rapid card where you would do a continuous, like a X number of hit attack on the person in front of you in a bit of a fan-shaped area. And this one goes through, like, guards and defense, like, goes through defense, basically anything that's a guard or a defense buff, or, you know, it just eats at it just basically ignores that. And, would I run Urara on every deck? Yes, I will. If I could, I will. Okay, it is my strongest card the strongest card in my collection. If I could use it, I'll use it. But of course, some people's, like, rapid casts are really slow, so I cannot use it, unfortunately so. And, I don't know how many people are actually like listening to me talk or stuff, but if you want to send me questions or ask me anything at all about what I like, anything at all, don't make it to NSFW though, because I am not going to answer that. Hold on, I'll send y'all a link. My decks have no strong cards. Yeah, I think this is the. Oh fuck! I forgot. It's just exclamation point. It's not a Tatsu. Hold up. Yeah, send me any questions to my retro spring thief. You see me fuck up on live chat. Ask me anything, guys. The topic is well, it's March 1st now, so I don't have to talk about love if I don't want to. I can just continue chatting, have a fun time. Ask me anything. It's the opposite of Yugi's deck. Oh, interesting. Like, the stream elements doesn't actually show up on my chat thing here. That's actually interesting. That is interesting. It shows up on here. Oh, funky. But, anyways. Okay, well, since it's on the topic of, like, love and relationships, I did say I was gonna talk about that. Oh, I meant to have a show up in stream chat. Damn, how do I do that? Oh my god, can you tell me? I'll do it right now, because I'm here, like, confused. Hold up. I'm confused. What would that be under? I was like, shit, how do I do this? Thonk. Okay, notify, is it chat alerts? Thonk. I think it should be chat alerts. I hope I'm correct. I hope I am correct. If not, I will cry. Oh, hey, I got another question. It says favorite Valentine's candy. Favorite Valentine's candy, huh? That's a really good question. I mean, because you know how you could just eat chocolate any time of the year, so it's not specifically geared for Valentine's, but if I were to say anything about that, I guess my favorite candy would be... Okay, if I'm gonna talk about, like, candy that's not, like, chocolate kind of candy, I would say I like eating Starbursts. It's like the American high chew with lesser flavors and less tastier variants. High chew tastes so much better, I swear to God. But anyways, I like eating Starburst, so if you give them to me, I will eat it. But I only particularly like the citrusy fruit flavors. I only like lemon and orange and maybe a few other stragglers, but if it's not any of those, I don't want to eat them. Just give me your lemon. Give me your lemons, I'm gonna make lemonade. What color Jolly Rancher is the best? The second oh yeah, the pink one's good. The pink one's okay. Red ones are hit or miss. I think it depends, because sometimes they have the combo flavors. What color Jolly Rancher is the best? Green. And blue. Fight me. If you think that's wrong, fight me. See, give me a second. I have, like... It's like... I get chronically stuffy nose, so it's like... I feel like there's something, like, stuck in my nose. Green? That's... Because green is, like... Isn't green, like, green apple? That's good. Green apple is a good flavor. But I haven't eaten Jolly Ranchers in 1,000 years. I could just be remembering blue and green wrong. But I do remember, like, liking green, though. I do know blue is one of them. Y'all don't got taste, bro. Green? Green is good. Hey, look, at least... Inside joke time. At least I'm not Koo. Okay, who just likes green and doesn't admit that she likes Omi. I see, that makes sense. I guess I haven't eaten Jolly Ranchers in years, so I don't actually remember how it tastes. Other than, I know blue and green are colors. I don't like eating red. Like, if you went up to me and said, I like eating red Jolly Ranchers, I'm gonna punch you. No, I'm joking. I won't punch you, but, like, I would just look at you funny. I wish I had BGM to play, but I don't want to play game music, because every time I play game music and, like, that one song comes up that, like, goes on YouTube and it's like, sorry, you have a copyright claim, and I'm just like, what the fucking shit, man? So I would play music if I could. I mean, I think there's only one song, but yeah. Goodness gracious. Okay, are we gonna wait a bit to see if there's any questions? Anything you guys would like to add, or like to say to me? You guys can confess your love to me. You could do it now, forever hold your peace. Dude, I swear to God, is there something wrong with Discord? I don't see previews half of the time nowadays. For Twitter links, and I'm here like, what am I looking at? Or I'm just clicking around. I'm like bored. Okay, if there's no new questions, I can move on. Can I cook? Yes, I can. Can I cook a lot of dishes? No, I cannot. But I can cook. I can cook. Like, just very simple stuff. You know, college style. Okay, honestly, to be fair, I think I could cook a decent meal if you asked me to. Like, if you're gonna come up to me and be like, hey, can you cook for me? As long as you give me the ingredients, I can probably whip something up for you. But I don't think I can cook complicated dishes. Like, if you told me to, like, cook some chicken wings or something, I can do that. You know, cook some rice. Maybe make a soup for you. Back to Valentine's Day candy. Okay, back to the Valentine's candy-ish. Did you ever get one of those huge-ass kisses, or know anyone who did? Because it looks like you could bash a skull in with it. I have seen people gotten them, but I don't think I knew it. I haven't known anybody personally that got a giant-ass kisses, like, I haven't gotten any. Like, who gives me a Valentine's Day gift? Come on. I'm single. Not mingling right now, though. Not really. I'm not looking for people right now. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten it, but I think I've had like classmates in high school that I think gotten one. Like, I know people who have gotten one, and honestly, it looks nice, but wait, no, is it? I don't think it was like one giant piece of chocolate though. I think it was like a container that you open up and there's more kisses on the inside, and it's kind of like you're just buying it for the case and not really for the chocolate. So yeah, it was kind of it was nothing. It was like there was nothing in there. It's pretty much just empty, you know? I would like to get one day. Maybe one of you guys should get me one. Maybe one of you guys should get me one. I should have a P.O. box. Just have you guys send me gifts from a P.O. box. Do not give me drugs. I will do not give me drugs. I will, like, call the cops. Okay. Do I have a current fictional waifu and husbando? I have a lot of characters I like. You might want to be more specific. I don't want to make a whole laundry list of characters I like. I guess if you told me to just pick one. If you tell me who's this one person sending me stuff, like, you're on, is it you, Leela? You're on fire today, bro. You're just sending me so much. You can send it to the chat too if you want to. Y'all can send me stuff in the chat too. I'll answer both. I'm a very unpopular person. wait. You you didn't send that one. Oh god, someone here is drilling me today. Oh my lord. Oh yeah, you probably asked me all the food related stuff for like the candy. Me trying to guess who sent it to me because I can't tell. But yeah, back to the fictional waifu and husbando question. Okay, I do have a preference for men more than women, but like only. So I would say a fictional husbando. I could pick one person at least I could think of off the top of my head. It will be Eustace from Grand Blue Fantasy. I love that man so much. Have you heard his 4th year Valentine's and White Day slides? Like, I swear to God, that murdered me. That actually murdered me. I was like, holy shit. Candy was me. Damn, Dan, you hungry right now? You need to eat a snack? Okay, somebody asked me, when the world... Okay, next question, though. When the world inevitably goes into the space age, and aliens from other planets come and integrate into our society, which VTuber agency would I join? Let me drink some water. I feel like... Give me a second. Let's see. Okay, which VTuber agency would I join if the world goes into space and aliens come to mingle with us? I don't actually know that many VTuber agencies. Like, you know the very popular ones, which is basically like Hollow Live and Niji Sanji. And if I had to only pick out of those two, I would join neither of them. Like, I would join any VTuber agency that isn't those two. You might be wondering, but why, Teru? They're so popular. You get a lot of clout. I hate the people they attract. I don't like the fans. I mean, I don't hate everybody who's a fan of them, but I don't like the fans. I guess it's just what I see from the fan base. I guess it's just more that I don't like them. Like, I don't hate my friends who like them, but it's like... At large, though, yeah. Were you part of the Black Butler stan group in middle school and high school? No, I was not. I actually did not like Black Butler that much. It was like... It's not that it was a bad series, though. I still think it's okay, but it wasn't... You know, I'm the type of person who, like, if people hype it up too much, that I don't like it. And this was one of the series that a lot of people hyped up a lot. And especially... It attracted that crowd of people that you don't really like. Because it was like, it was that right amount of, like, gothic edginess that people really liked. And, like, I mean, and they had a butler and stuff like that. I think it's... I don't hate it, though. It is a great series. Yeah. Hey, Len, what's up? I heard that you streamed today. I missed your stream. Yeah, right? I had a friend. Okay, you know that friend I was talking about earlier? Okay, no. No, Leela, don't do this. But no. Let me hear. Let's see those. You know that friend Elle I was talking about earlier in my middle school story? Yeah, she really liked Black Butler. But she was also part of that crowd of people. I feel like the best way to explain her is that she was a huge Sasuke Uchiha fangirl. I was like, what do you see in that edgy ass boy? She's just like, oh, but edginess is hot, and she digs hot edgy boys. Now you know why. Now you know why I have a very, very good idea. You can say what? But yeah, I was not. Do I sound like I was part of that Black Butler stan group? I swear to God. Don't do this to me. But yeah, it's very. And I already had. Anyways, yeah, back to the Black Butler thing. Yeah, my friend really liked Sasuke, and because she also really liked Black Butler, for all the wrong things about it, rather than the actual things that are good about it, I will say. I mean, I don't hate my friend Elle. Like, she's a wonderful lady. I hope she's doing well. I haven't talked to her in years. I only occasionally see her in passing on Facebook. Hope she's doing well. Hope she's thriving. I mean, the last I heard, she was going through some relationship problems, but that was about a couple of years ago, so not gonna comment anymore on that. Not my problem, not my business. Not my problem. Anywho, yeah, it's very, because you know when you're a Sasuke fangirl, you're usually going to fall into the category of being a rabid fan of Sasuke, where if you say something bad about him, they're gonna lynch you, kind of thing. Like, lynch is a strong word, I shouldn't be using that. They will like wring your neck, basically, if you say one thing bad about Sasuke. Yeah, she was that kind of fangirl. If you're gonna ask me which guy did I like in Naruto, I'm gonna be fully honest with you guys. I actually really liked Kabuto because he's such a fucking asshole, but he's like the asshole I like. Like, no, I don't hide this. I just don't talk about it often because, like, the last time I mentioned it to somebody... Well, Neji is good, though. He's a great man. Neji is good. If you like Neji, you have taste. I love a fucking asshole who was super loyal to Orochimaru till his death, okay? Like, you have taste. Neji's good. Anyways, yeah, I really like Kabuto, but I don't actually know why. It's like... Maybe it's just the way he looks, but I'm also like, he looks like any other random, like, glasses dude, so I'm like, why did I like him? There's something about him that I really liked. But I still can't put my finger on it. It's you with man. I don't know. It's like, I thought I wouldn't like him because as I get older, but I was like, my brother was rewatching Naruto. Well, not rewatching. He was watching Naruto from the beginning, and I saw Kabuto appear one more time, and I was like, "Yeah, I still like this dude. Why?" Maybe it's just how he looks. Like, glasses characters have to look a certain way for me to like them, and then maybe he just satisfies that specific look. I wonder why. Is it because my dad kind of looked like that? Like the bangs parted from the middle, wears glasses. I don't actually know, but yeah, no, yeah, glasses characters have to look a certain way for me to like them sometimes. Some of them look okay with glasses, but it's like if you're talking about glasses character, and you're thinking like, oh, it must be the nerdy guy, not like the guy with fashionable, like, stylish lenses. It's like he has to look a certain way. Yeah, how many of you guys play Ensemble Stars? Like, there's that one character, that guy with glasses with green hair. I think he's attractive. He's not my fave, but I think he's attractive because he has that look I like when you have glasses. Like, where it's like, you look plain, but you're not super plain. You're not too plain. You're still a little attractive. Yeah, that's the type of glasses character look I like. If you, like, don't out me out on my tastes, okay? But yeah, anyways. I mean, how many people still keep up with Black Butler anyways? Like, has it ended yet? Because I do know that I don't remember who it was, but I remember seeing a theory, which was a really good theory, about Shiel, the main little kid, and at one point, I think that person who made the theory was like, made that theory like 2 years before the big reveal that their theory was right. I thought that was cool. I was like, holy shit, you predicted the future, bro. Okay, not necessarily predict, it was kind of like implied. And I think it was confirmed that that theory was actually correct the entire time. I was like, wow. Imagine being so big brained. I wish I was that cool. I wish I was that cool. I could just predict what the people are going to do next. Like, damn, fantastic. Okay, so I'll give a few more minutes, or at least a minute or two, to see if anybody else has anything they want to add or want to ask in my retro blocks or in chat before I start with my actual stories of my failed relationships. But yeah. Alright, I guess I am not going to get anything? Well, I guess if I get anything in between, I'll keep checking. I'll answer that in between. It's still... Apparently, the Black Butler manga is still ongoing. Ah. Yeah, I feel like it hasn't ended yet. I just haven't seen much updates from the mangaka. I follow, what was their name? Yana Toboso on Twitter. I think they're very busy with a bunch of stuff because they also do Twisted Wonderland stuff. Okay, I guess I'm not getting any questions so far, so I'm gonna go talk about my failed relationships. Okay, have I have any failed relationships? I do not. This is why I'm still single and not looking for anybody. Yeah, that's the fail of the day. Okay, good night. Okay, good night. I'm done. Nah, I'm just kidding. I actually do have some fun stories to share, which I do know this for sure. I mean, I've said this. I say this a lot. I don't know how comfortable Len is with me sharing this, but like, well, either way, it's like I knew Len, who is a Cinder Buns, by the way. Like, I've known her for a long time, and she's actually seen this happen. So you can bear witness to me recounting my embarrassing attempts at trying to swoon a man. This was how many years ago? 7? 8? Anyways, so back when I was in community college, you know, fresh off of high school, I was like 18, 19, 20-ish when I was going to community college. And let me tell you guys this. Here's the thing. There was this guy I had a huge crush on, and you see, I then realized that if I really like somebody and the occasion works in my favor, I shall say that I'm actually very aggressive when it comes to flirting. Not like, I'm not gonna aggressively make like weird comments or anything, but it's like, if I do like somebody, I will flirt with them unabashedly. If I could. I do it in a not super noticeable, but like noticeable enough way, I hope. Or I think. So like I said, I was trying to see if I can get this guy to kind of know that I like him. Just kind of hint it. Because, I guess in a sense I actually valued our friendship rather than to ruin it with my personal feelings. Especially if it's just one-sided. I have not confessed to this guy, and I don't think I could talk to him ever again. I'm a little sad. But, okay, so, there's one story. I hope you guys find it funny. I feel like I talked about it once before. It's a little embarrassing to recount, but okay, so so like I said, I am a type of person who travels a lot amongst different friend groups, you know, like, that's what a lot of people do. You have friends, and another group of friends, and you have another group of friends. So I do have a lot of people I do talk to, like, on occasion, or just maybe one day just go say, hi, yo, what's up, kind of thing. So I was talking to a friend once. I'll call her M, since her name starts with an M. I was talking to M once about, I think it was more like we were just catching up with each other one day, or was it through texting, or was it through, was it because I bumped into her in school? But it was like, we were talking, and she was out. Yeah, she was kind of asking me, is there anybody I know, or like someone I'm interested in? I think she used to be very into like she liked listening to a lot of this type of gossip, and I kind of went. I did tell her. I told her about this, and I was like, oh yeah, I think I do have a crush on somebody. She's like, oh, tell me the deets, and I was like, sure. And I was like, I just think he's kind of cute, but it's like this friend of mine that we met in our card playing circle, etc., etc. And she was like, oh, cool. And then she's like, oh, hope I get to meet this guy one day. And I was like, maybe you can. And it was like, but it was kind of like, it wasn't like a deliberate, I arranged a meeting. But like she did one point was like, can you take is the word candide correct? I can't English, but she did tell me to go, hey, can you take a photo of him? And I'm here like, what? You want me to take a photo of him? And I just sort of, cause okay, so here's the thing, the guy I had a crush on was like a overseas, like they were an overseas student, like from Korea. And yeah, so so I told because my friend was curious, so she was like, oh, I want to know how he looks. I was like, oh, okay. So I went up to him one day and I was like, hey, can I have a photo of you? He was looking at me like, why do you need a photo of me? And I was like, oh, my friend wanted to know how you look. He was kind of like saying, no, I don't take a photo of me. You're gonna get disappointed because like, because he already has that like idea that, because K-pop was getting like super popular. So how people who like K-pop would be, And he was kind of like, I'm not as pretty as those K-pop boys. And I was like, yeah, no, I think my friend knows. Yeah, we know, we all know. Trust me, we know. He's like, are you sure? He's like, but no, I mean, yeah. He was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna look like pretty or anything. And I'm like, it's okay if you don't want a photo, just tell me you don't want a photo, and I'll get off your back. And he was kind of like, yeah, you were there when it happened, right? God, no, that was embarrassing, because I didn't want to go sneakily take a photo of the dude. I feel bad. This is so embarrassing. I'm sorry. This is just embarrassing Teru moments. But he did kind of go, oh, it's okay to take a photo of me. It's just, your friend might be disappointed. It's kind of what he said. I was like, no, it's fine. She just wants to know who you are. He's like, okay. And then, I took a photo of him and I sent it to my friend. And she was like, oh, I can see why you say he's cute. I was like, literally, like, before key smashing was popular. That's what I did. That's my reaction. And so one day I was talking to my friend. Like, I did actually bump into M once on a random day. And I told her, oh, you got time? She's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, oh, cool. So we were just sitting in a cafeteria. And coincidentally, everybody else started to gather. And, yeah, when I said everybody else started to gather, I mean my crush also came in and was like, oh, hey. I was like, oh, hello. I was like, oh, right. Looks at my crush. Do you remember the time I asked you for a photo? Yeah, here's the friend who asked for it. He was like, oh. And I introduced the two of them. Hey, hi, here is crush's name. And, hey, here's my friend M. She was like, oh, cool. I've heard a lot about you. Teru found you cute, and I was like, holy shit, I did not tell him he was cute, okay? I will explain what I did after Anyways, I was like, holy shit, so right before she finished it, oh, she said you were really cute, said this. I wanted to cover her mouth, but I overshot my hand and I smacked her in the forehead. Yeah. I think Len was there when this happened. I think she witnessed this. I accidentally palmed my friend's forehead. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I wanted to cover your mouth. There was like 2 other people there other than my crush. Or maybe 3 other people who saw this witnessed my embarrassing moment. And I swear to god, I was like, man, this is embarrassing. I'm like, oh, secondhand embarrassment from past me, bro. And she was like, well, why do you hit me in the forehead? I was like, I'm so sorry, but no, don't say it. I was like, no, don't say it anymore. My crush started laughing, though. I don't know if he caught on the word cute. I don't know if he caught on anything my friend said, but I swear to God, here's the thing, okay? I wasn't necessarily hiding that I find him cute. I have never found the opportunity to tell him I thought he was cute. Therefore, when somebody else starts saying that, it sounds like you're keeping it a secret. And that was like, oh no, I haven't said anything yet, bitch. So yeah, I had to, yeah. That's all I have to say about it. It's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. It was like, yeah, no, that was like the embarrassing attitude. God. Anyways, though. Yeah. I've told this story to a few people, but I mean. No, I was like, my friend, I was like looking at him. I was like, no, don't out me like this, bro. No, it's so embarrassing, I swear. It's okay though. I mean, it's a fun story to tell. I mean, I have a laugh about. I actually have a laugh about it now. Actually, it's so funny. I was like, how did I miss my friend's like face and just smack her in the forehead? Like, in my haste, I smacked her forehead. I'm so sorry. I apologize though, and I think she kind of realized that I did not want her saying that. But yeah, I mean, I did tell her, I was like, I wasn't necessarily keeping that he was cute a secret, but I didn't tell him that, so if you say that, like, kind of like if somebody else says it for you, it's like, it sounds like you're keeping it a secret, honey, and I'm like, I was not. And no, till this day, I actually don't know whether or not he was interested in me or not, though, because it just sort of felt like he really, I guess it felt like he was very comfortable with me because I was very nice to him. Because, like, you know, again, he's like an overseas student, right? So he's basically, English isn't really his first language. Probably a little shy about talking in English if your English isn't good. And I've always sort of told him, oh, no, it's fine if you don't, if you have a hard time speaking your thoughts, if you need to be a little slower, or if you need to look up something, like words, to understand what we're saying. If you need me to say things slower or easier, that's fine. Because, you know, my whole family, you know, I come from a whole family of immigrants, hello? Like, my parents' English ain't that great, and I have to talk to them in Cantonese most of the time. So, it's kind of like, yeah, no, I get it. You know, so I think, to an extent, I got him to warm up to me, but I don't know if he was ever actually interested in me. The way I was interested in him, I think he just found me like a good friend. Probably something like that. But anyways, yeah, I did actively try to court this man. Don't know how he's doing now. We kind of lost touch with each other. We kind of lost contact. I don't even know if he remembers me or if he like even thinks of me as a friend. Probably thinks of me as a weird stranger. Probably forgot who I was. Anywho, yeah. Anyways, I guess that was the only exciting part of my love life. The other story I got was, this is back in high school. So basically what I thought in my mind, because it's like, you see, I had a crush on somebody, but it was more like, it wasn't much of a crush, just more of like an infatuation, because I was like, he kind of reminded me of an anime character. Like, that's it. Yeah, that was the infatuation. Well, I was also in high school, so I guess hormones. Anywho, I kind of went, maybe I should try confessing for for experience points. You know, YOLO, right? Base pro tag. But yeah, no, I don't actually really like the guy, so yeah, anywho. So yeah, I tried to confess to him. And guess what, guys? My friend M makes a comeback for this story too. Woo! So yeah, I was like talking to, coincidentally, I was talking to M when I was like, oh, I'm gonna try confessing to this guy. She was like next to me when this happened. And I know I was gonna get rejected. Not gonna lie. Because the thing is that, like I said, I don't really like him. It was more of an infatuation I've kind of known by, like, senior year of high school, you know, the last year. So it was kind of like, whatever, I'll try confessing just to, you know, YOLO, right? Life experience, get that out of the way, you know? And that's what I did. And my friend made a commotion. Em made it such a commotion that I was like, thank you for making it less awkward for me. Like, I truly, that was the best thing she's ever done. I mean, I don't talk to her often and much anymore, but that was honestly, her being there actually made that experience more enjoyable to talk about than it should. She made such a commotion. It was so funny. Everyone was like looking at her. It was so great. But it was like, oh, well, thanks. It was kind of like, yeah, I thanked the guy for taking the time to listen to me. He said, oh, we could be friends if you want. And just could get a little handshake about that, and kind of just went about her day. And that's it. That was basically the story. But God, my friend made such a commotion. But still, I thank her for that. Like, she's like wonderful person. She's a wonderful person. I wish I could hang out with her, but, you know, pandemic and all that, and I guess busy schedules and stuff too. So we don't really know what's going on. I haven't talked to her in a while. I should probably message her and see how she's doing. But yeah, it's yeah, that's the stories I've got to tell. I mean, I do have more about stuff related to love, actually, in particular. If y'all got any, I mean, I talked about this in a stream I talked about this in a couple of streams ago, and it was like, so basically in middle school, there was a guy, I got confessed to by a guy in middle school. It was 8th grade, exactly on Valentine's Day. I stayed behind to help out the anime club, to help out with the anime club, and I think we were like selling stuff, I think, something like that. Like, I was helping out. It was after school, and I said, oh, I gotta go home, because my parents were like very overprotective, very worried. A worried wart, rather. They were very worrisome parents. They just want me to get home before, like, it gets dark. So yeah, I had to go home kind of early. And at that time, believe it or not, that guy who was crushing on me, who happened to be in the anime club, there is a lot of backstory to this, but the real beef of the confession was really, he came up, he was like, okay, I gotta go. So I was making my way out through the door, and he comes up to me, he runs up, he's like, wait, can I talk to you? I was like, sure. Yeah, we could talk while we walk. I was like, okay. So yeah, he was just talking, and I was okay. I was listening. He was like, so. See, the thing is that what I like to talk about for the story is basically how he confessed to me, because it was like, he was like, so we've known each other for a very long time, and well, here's the thing, I actually really, really, really like you. And, you know, to me, I was like 12, 13-ish, little embarrassing, you know. To me, that was a little embarrassing. So after he said that, it was a short pause, and then I started laughing. I started to laugh, and I was like, wait, no, I wasn't laughing at you. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. No, don't do that. I'm not trying to be mean. I swear to God. And it was kind of awkward. No! No, don't say that. No, I wasn't laughing at him for doing such a bland confession. But like, yeah, I told him it was more like out of awkwardness, kind of like, you know, when an actor messes up their lines and it gets kind of awkward. So yeah, anywho, I did decline him. I did reject him very nicely. So, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll like you or anything, but, I mean, we could still be friends if you want to. And, yeah, that was basically the story. The thing is that the way he confessed was so monotone. He only really emphasized really and like. And I was like, now, I mean, I stopped this even when I was 12 or 13 around that time, and I was like, could you have put a little more emotion into that? That was the blandest confession I've ever heard. I didn't say that to his face, of course. That would be mean. I'm not that mean. But yeah, I was kind of like, you really should have put more emotion into that. It kind of sounded like you don't like me. It kind of sounded like you wanted to confess before we left. Because you don't want regrets. It's like, you don't sound like you like me, honey. Just saying. But anyways, yeah, yep, that's the story. That's that. But here's the thing. I said there's a lot of background story to this, so let me tell you. So this guy, we used to go to the same elementary school with each other. So, like, yeah, so we knew each other since elementary school. Around 4th or 5th grade. And, you see, when I was younger, like, not like, younger as in not at that time of the story, 12 to 13, I'm like a little younger than that, maybe around 8, 9, 10 years old. I did kind of have a crush on him, but kind of later on sort of grew out of having a crush with him. Kind of thing, like, oh yeah, I kind of find out, oh, I'm not really interested in this guy, so I thought I did, and then it was even funnier because I kind of went, oh, I don't really like this guy. Sometime in like 6th, 7th grade, he confessed to me in 8th, and I was like, you should have been faster. I actually said this, and I was like, if you were like 1 year earlier, I might have said yes. If you were 1 year earlier, I might have actually said yes. This is what I've said. And, I've told him that. And, what else was I gonna say? And you see? The thing is that I actually already knew he had a crush on me before he confessed to me. Because I don't remember who it was, but somebody asked him, do you have a crush on Teru? He was like, yeah. Yeah, I do. He's like, what's wrong with it kind of thing, kind of sort of in a bit of a, you got a problem with that? Kind of like, and I was like, and then my friend told that to me. I was like, huh, what the heck? Like, I knew this before, but like I said, like, I think I started not liking him. Well, to me, I guess when I was like younger, a lot younger, I was thinking I would only like a guy if he gets good grades. And this guy didn't get good grades. He was not like stupid in any way, but yeah. But he also made one of my friends cry once. And I was kind of like, oh, you're mean. Yeah, I don't like you anymore. Anybody who makes my friend cry. You got so... You got... No. Got a list of... My list of requirements when I was younger was a lot more strict than it is now, okay? I don't have that much game. I only got one guy who confessed to me. And maybe one guy, my college crush, who might have liked me when I thought really hard about it, but I don't want to read too much into it. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, see, like I said, that was the thing. I already knew this guy liked me before he confessed. And like I said, I guess it was more like, to me, I kind of went, I don't think I can like you. It was more like, I think I still had lingering feelings for the guy, I think, in 8th grade, but I was also like, but you really made my friend cry once, and I didn't really like that. I was so sorry, bro. You made my friend cry. Make her cry again, and I will punch you. I actually said that to him. I was like, yeah, you made my friend cry once, and did not really appreciate that. So, like, that friend was a very, very cute friend of mine's. Like, she... Okay, you know, when you think of a really timid anime girl, you know, you think of that timid anime girl with glasses, you know, probably a bookworm, probably likes to read. You think of that type of anime girl. Like, think of that image. You know, very meek, very shy, probably very easily scared. That's her. That was her. That if you were to describe, the best way I could describe it was that was basically her. And I was like, you made my friend cry, so I don't like you. And do that again and I will punch you. So yeah, I am very protective of my friends. And if anybody messes with my friends, I will go out to their house. I will go out to their house and sabotage everything they love. Only anime friends. was this one girl and a gang of Italian lovers. That's so sad. Oh god, of all the people you can, like, Russian roulette that you've met in middle school or high school or whatever, and it had to be the Italia lovers. Oh no. It had to be the Italia guys. Oh man. That's sad, I swear. Oh my lord. No, no, oh god, no! You got your history teacher in on that? Oh man. No, that sucks. That's bad. Oh my lord. No, but, yeah, anyways, like, yeah, so he made my really shy. I also find her very cute, but I mean, at the time I was 12, I don't think I realized I might have been, like, bisexual or whatever shit. I know I'm not bi, I'm, like, ace, but, you know. I liked her. She's a very, well, I mean, just speaking on my past memory of her, I know she's, like, the same age as me, but, like, thinking back on her little middle school self, like, she is a good kid. She was a very nice kid. I wonder how she's doing. I don't really talk to her much anymore, but, yeah. She's very sweet, a little soft-spoken, but she's very, earnest and very nice. So I'm kind of like, you made one of my nicest friends cry, you know, like, don't do that. Like, I will throw hands. Like, I will come to your house and destroy everything you love. I would say burn your house down, but I'm like, yo, I don't condone arson-y unless this person has unless this person is a real, you know, a real fuck ass. So yeah, anyways, yeah, that's my story. I also got a bunch of really funny stories to tell too, but it's like, should I even be sharing this? It's not even related to me, so I mean, in respect of people's privacies, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about much more. But yeah, it's like, that's the relationship stories I got over the course of my life. Oh, I guess I could talk about my family. Talk about my family's love life, though. Let me tell you this. When you hear about men being scum, it's true for the most part. Because guess what? My aunt, before she got married to my uncle, she used to date this guy. I actually saw this guy a lot when I was younger, like, because, you know, she dated him for a very long time, so I got to see him a lot, like, for a few years of my childhood, and we totally thought, oh yeah, maybe they're gonna get married. But one day she found out he was cheating on her. And I don't know why and everything, but, like, he was cheating on her, and I was like, bruh, are you kidding me? You know, like, she spent so much of her time with this guy, and he decides to cheat on her. That pissed me off, you know? In a way, that kind of pissed me off, but I was also stressed, because this happened when I was in high school, and yeah, like I said, I had a lot going on, so I didn't bother to care, but my mom did tell me, you should try to be a little more sensitive to her feelings, because she's going through a really rough time right now. She might start crying and all that, and maybe get a little angry, so just be a little nicer to her, because she's going through a hard time. And I was like, okay, I got it, and I kind of understood. At first I didn't know the details of the story, but I kind of gleamed it, like, through, you know, conversations in passing in, like, the house, like, when she talks to her friends or something in the house, because she used to live with me, along with my fucking grandmother that I hate. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I kind of gleamed that she got cheated on. I don't know who he cheated on. Like, I don't know who the other lady was, but that's what happened to her. That, I mean, truth be told, okay, see, the thing what's great about this is that, like, at this point, like, my aunt was already very friendly with this guy's parents, and his mom was like, I did not raise a son to be so disgraceful and cheat. What the fuck? She was so angry at him. I was like, holy shit. I was like, yo, club the bitch. Yeah, I overheard this in passing. So it was so funny. She was like, God, I did not raise you to be a cheater. A cheater. Like, what the heck? I was like, that was great, honestly. But yeah, I felt bad for her. I mean, but I am glad that she found someone she could love now dearly. And she's actually got 2 kids with him now. My 2 little baby cousins. One of my baby cousins is really fat. Like, he's a chunky boy. But yeah, I'm like, who? But to be fair, that guy got what he deserved. He was like, yeah, I'm like, bro, why would you cheat, man? You'd find that fun to go against your woman's back, bro? I don't condone it. So the only time I would say cheating is acceptable is that if you're deliberately toying with a person who's a literal fuck ass and you're trying to get him to out himself from being an asshole, you know, and you're like, you have this whole grand plan to do it. But like, if you're just doing this because you're like, oh, I'm sick of the person I'm like dating, it's like, why are you dating them? Just break up. Okay, and like, see in the early aftermath of that, my aunt was like, I mean, I think because my aunt has a lot of experience, I think. She has dated people and have broken up with them and all that. And even she herself has noticed, she was kind of like, I'm usually the person that, like, breaks up with people and not get cheated on. And it was something. I'm not gonna lie, it was something. He actually came crawling back to her. He's like, no, I actually love you. Don't leave me. And she's like, sure you do. Bye. Like, woo! Hats off to my aunt. She's living the best life. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Like, really, it's like I said, I have more stories to tell, but I don't know. I think I'm running out of things to say. I mean, I wasn't planning on this being an hour and 14 minutes long. I thought I was going to end this in like 15 minutes or so. Because, like, well, I'm not popular, unfortunately, so... Oops. Click the wrong button. But yeah, y'all got any questions or things to ask? I could answer more questions related to... Well, actually, no, it's March 1st right now, so you can ask me anything if you got questions. You got burning questions you wish to ask me. Or you got something you wish to share. Oh, I will give you my commentary. Do I drink? Water? Yeah. Bro, I'll die. I'm joking. I don't. If you're talking about drinking alcohol, I actually don't drink. I don't like the taste of alcohol. It tastes nasty. Like, I don't know why people say that it's good. People keep going, oh, there's like fruity accents. I just... what have I drank? I've drunk champagne once. I tried it because my mom was drinking it. She was like, okay. I tried some and I was like, didn't really like it. I've had some wine on occasion, like just a little sip. I've tried beer. I think the alcohol content in beer isn't that high, if I recall correctly. So I was like, this is tolerable. I've also drank soju. Shitty beer, vodka, and tequila. Well, honestly, if you want good shit, it's expensive. So, shitty beer, vodka, and tequila? Well, yeah. I think, I did drink one recently that was like, well, it was like a Chinese wine, if I recall correctly, but yeah. What's the Smirnoff Ice? Yeah, this is how much I drink. I don't even know any names of drinks. What's a Smirnoff Ice? Let me just Google this real quick. Oh, okay. I actually have not drank a Smirnoff Ice. I've never tried. No, I just... Oh, that's why I hate drinking. Yeah! Stream delay. Funny. Yeah, stream delay. You hear my answer a little late? Tee-hee. But yeah, I have not tried a Smirnoff Ice, and I know I drank one recently because like my mom actually. Okay, so what? It's like a. I actually don't know what it's called in English, but it is like a. It's kind of like a. It's a Chinese wine, basically. You know, like, what you kind of like the white wine. It's clear, like white wine you get. I just know it's Chinese, okay? That's the extent of my knowledge. Just know it's a Chinese wine. That my mom actually got because they were releasing this sort of limited time themed bottles or like themed packaging, and it had all of our horoscopes. So she got it. And when I'm talking about horoscopes, I'm talking about the Western ones, like like Aries, Taurus, stuff like that. So she got it. And then my brother's birthday was in May, so he opened it. He opened one, he shared it with his friends. Because it was his birthday, obviously, He... Mine is fickle with taste. Way. Way acquired. Yeah. But no, the thing with this one is that, I mean, it's a white wine, so it's like clear. So it's like, you see, the thing with this wine was that it had a really weird aftertaste. That I took a sip and I was like, I mean, it's very strong. I can say that. But it's like, it had a very weird aftertaste that we're like, tastes weird. But yeah, that was probably, it tasted really weird. That was by far the nastiest one I've drank so far. I've also drank some sake. And sake is actually really good. I mean, if you're, yeah, sake is actually quite good. It is actually one of the few things I could drink. It's like, surprisingly enough, I could drink sake. And some beer, as long as it's not like nasty beer. You're trying all the hard stuff. Yeah, right? No, but yeah, our family doesn't drink much, so I don't drink up much myself. And I don't really like the taste of alcohol in general. Because, when you talk about wine, people are always like, there's this fruity accent. All I do is taste that nasty, like, ethanol. I just taste ethanol. Like, I'm just sort of like, what fruit taste are you getting? It's just ethanol. Why y'all drinking rubbing alcohol, bruh? You call this good? Kind of, what the heck? Mike's Hard Lemonade? I don't think I've had that. I should try some. No, I actually have drank some cocktails. Well, only in small sips. I think my mom once ordered a cocktail from this place called Melting Pot. It was like a they called it yin and yang or something like that because it had white chocolate and dark was it milk or dark chocolate? But they arranged it in a nice little yin and yang. Literally can't taste it. Wow. Maybe one day I'll give it a shot. I don't like drinking, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe my tongue is really sensitive to this sort of thing. We've drank some cocktails, and that one tasted kind of that chocolate cocktail tasted okay, except again I don't like. It actually does taste okay, but it was kind of like has that like ethanol taste to it, so it's kind of like yeah. And recently when my parents were like, oh yeah, let's go to Las Vegas, so we went around and we ate a lot of food. Where okay, so we ordered one cocktail. I thought it tasted good, but I think there was like fruit peels or something on it, so it kind of has that like that sort of the texture, that weird bitter texture you get when you like you eat fruit peels. So yeah, I didn't appreciate that, but I think the overall taste was okay. It's just the peels, just the fruit peels in it. And they had another one, which I find okay, but I think because the alcohol taste was like, the alcohol was very strong in that one, so it was kind of like you don't really taste much of anything else in there. which I also didn't really like. I just sort of made a face. My parents were like, "Why do you hate it so much?" I was like, "I don't know. It just tastes like rubbing alcohol every time I taste this stuff." Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my tongue. Some like whatever gene thing. It's like, this is why I don't trust cocktails, because all the cocktails I've had always had that strong ethanol taste, that rubbing alcohol taste to it that I just didn't really like. How much spice can I handle? I actually don't know. I like how you're asking me a lot of questions related to like drinks and food. Yeah, I actually don't know how much spice I can handle, because it's like, okay, I guess if I were to say a limit, I would say I could probably eat a jalapeno. And that's about the extent. Everyone likes talking about food. Yeah, maybe I should change my stream title now. It's just, we're just talking now. Here's our stream. Then I changed the title. Now he's just talking about food. Now he's just talking about food. Yeah, let's go. No, I'm glad that you like hearing me talk about my preference in food. Yeah, like I said, if I were to say how much spice I can handle in my food, I would say I could eat a jalapeno and be marginally okay, and that's about the extent of how I can tolerate it. But you see, can't eat food too spicy because it doesn't agree with my stomach. It's like, even if I can handle it. Yeah, how much does spice to spike your blood? No! No! Why are you like this? Why are you trying to murder me, bro? Why are you trying to murder me by making me, like, go to the bathroom? You're gonna make me just, like, you're gonna make me sit in the toilet for, like, 2 hours, man. Yeah, like I said, my stomach can't handle that much spice. It's like, even if I can handle it, my stomach cannot. It's like, trust me, if you put too much spice in the shit, I will be in the bathroom for at least an hour. You know, practicing my sutras. Like, just praying. Just practicing my sutras. Practicing my mantras in the toilet, bro. It's like fun. Yeah. I wonder what else can I talk about. I guess it's like, I don't have much to say. But the fact that I talked for like almost an hour and 30 minutes is actually kind of impressive. I'm so sorry. I like talking. I love talking. But I hate sounding annoying, so... Not annoying. I mean, I think I just don't talk as much because, like, anyways, yeah, I think I just don't talk as much because I've got people telling me when I was a kid that I was annoying. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just sort of, oh, okay. And then I just start talking less. And kids were mean. Kids were mean. Have some patience for the person with ADHD, but no, they don't. Let me just go update the crowd. Kids are heartless. Yeah, they are. Sometimes they're omega babies. Yeah, some kids are like fucking hilarious. Some kids are just on it, you know? Like, some kids are just special little precious human beings. And then you have some kids who are just the worst gremlins ever. Let me... Let me see how long I can extend this. Wonder what topic should I even talk about? I was like, I first planned about talking about love and I'm done with that. What am I talking about now? What is my fashion style? I think I generally prefer things that are dark colors and a little more on the like androgynous side in terms of clothing. I mean, yes, I do shop in the women's section because unfortunately I am born with a tiny body. Women's and kids section is because I'm born with a tiny body and my shoulders are not wide like men. But it's yeah, I try to go for a more androgynous look, I think. But I still look a little feminine just because, well, hormones, I guess. I envy women's clothing. So many options compared to men. Hey, no one's stopping you from wearing women's clothing, though. Like, just saying, no one's stopping you from wanting to get like an extra large or something in women's. You just put it on yourself. Hey, no one's stopping you. Yeah, the size chart. Yeah, honestly, it's like I would like to wear men's shoes because I don't like women's shoes because my feet are kind of wide. You know, but the thing is that my feet are small, so like, if I'm gonna get guy shoes, it's gonna be kid size, and I'm like, I don't want to wear kid shoes. I mean, not that kid shoes are bad, but it's more like, yeah, I don't think I want kid shoes. Light up Skechers? Yeah, let's go, guys. You know, we'll get some light up Skechers next time. Yeah, that's actually the only thing because I mean, other than women's clothing not being pretty much any uniform sizing, you know how like men's like dress shirts or something, or like pants or something, or like they have it in like some sort of like length, width, and height or something, some sort of size. They have a sizing chart, which I think a lot of women clothing don't have. It's either like small, medium, large, but it's like, oh well, what's the small? Well, it could be anything. It could be ranging from like this or that, and it's still a small. Or like you get weirder sizings like 0, 1, 2, and I'm like, no middle ground. Yeah, honestly, I can't really gauge things about men's clothing because my family, my 2 younger brothers and my dad, their sense of clothing is kind of more on the plain side. It's either you wear graphic tees or you're kind of wearing very plain clothing, like, you know, dress shirts or something. Hoodie jeans, best combo. Oh, that's my youngest brother. The older brother, I call him Bro 1. Like, Bro 1, he does try to look good. Like, he does have a bit of a fashion sense. But, you know, when you think of, like, fashion sense for men, it's very, well, simple, I would say. So, yeah, it's not, I guess it's less that there isn't the option for men to be, like, more styles for men, but it's just more like the men in my family all are kind of plain. With the exception of Bro 2, which he does wear colorful, like, hoodies, but, you know, that's kind of the extent of his, like, but he doesn't have any fashion sense, so it's sort of like, he's kind of uggy. Okay, luckily my brother doesn't come to my streams, even though I had him. I think he follows me, but I mean, he doesn't come to my stream, so, sucks to be him. I'm like dissing him to my chat publicly. Lurking. He's not lurking. I know his handle. But it would be funny if he came in just now, just to like punch me. He's just like, shut up, Teru. But yeah. And I guess I should also add that I do like to buy things that I think look cool, even if they don't look good on me. So while I do generally prefer things that are a little more on the plainer side, it's I do have some like very stylish, cute things too, even. So yeah. I just don't like how I look. And I kind of feel like I wish I could get cuter clothes, but it's more like I don't think I'll look good in them. You know, kind of like Lolita style like dresses. I don't like wearing dresses, but like they do have Lolita style like, you know, suits and stuff like that. And I thought, damn, look really nice, but I can't wear them. That's what the changing room is for. That's assuming they let you change into them to try. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I look good in a lot of clothes I wear. I don't see why not. I think like this is a more of a common thing in, I think, in Asia. If you're not in like, like an actual store where it's like they don't let you try on clothes, but they will tell you they do have like they don't let you try on clothes, but they do they do have like a bit of a sizing chart for you to measure yourself if you need to, kind of thing. So yeah, there are places that don't let you try on clothes. So it's a little hard to gauge if it'll look good on you. But even if you can tell, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just me, it's partially it is my personality. I am a more of a, despite all the vibrant colors you see in my overlay, I am a very kind of chill person. RL, I guess. I don't know. I mean, people have noted that I sound very relaxed. And it doesn't sound like I get excited often. Not that I can't. I do sound excited sometimes, but it's like, they just said I'm very chill. So, So I guess like to match that image, it's like I just wear comfortable clothing, chill, laid back. What makes you pog? Thanks. I'm glad you enjoy that about me. I thought that was a bad thing because I don't sound excited half of the time. Like, or at least I guess it's more like I don't get reactions out of stuff often, and my sense of humor is kind of bad. Or weird, rather. I laugh at scenes where people don't laugh. So it's kind of I don't think I'm entertaining, though, but if you like hearing me talk, thank you. I don't think I'm entertaining at all. I think I'm pretty boring. Let me see if I can get any more people to come by and ask me stuff. But it is also a bad time for most of the people here in good old United States of fucking America. Humor is subjective, though. Yeah, you're right. You used to be stuck with humor, but now you're laughing Among Us. Honestly, yeah, I feel that. I feel like I used to be more... I guess the thing is, it's just that I hate people making a fool of themselves because I've always been made fun of for being a fool. That it kind of extended to how I receive humor from other people, too. Or how I perceive humor from people. And it's like, nowadays, yeah, I'm very, very laid back about it nowadays. Yeah, it's like talking to more people just sort of changes your perspective, I guess. Oops. Keep clicking the wrong things on my Twitter. Yeah. It's like... But then again, I also don't think I'm an interesting person to talk to because I feel like I'm more of a serious person. Like, in a sense, it's not like I don't know how to have fun, but it's more like if you really want to engage with me, it'd have to be either a topic I know a lot about or we're talking about something hella deep. Which I think sometimes I get a little boring on that regard because I can't just be brainless. What the What? Vine boom what? Wait, what is this? It's like, wait, what? What the dog doing? What? Your humor. Unfortunately, I didn't actually understand. I didn't get the context of that, so I'm like, no. Damn, I actually did not get the context of that, unfortunately. No. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, there are times where I feel like sometimes that it does. Sometimes some humor does get a little weird that I don't actually get it or find it funny. But I mean, if you find it funny, that's fine. Like sometimes I find my own jokes funny. You literally hear me laughing in stream at my own stupid jokes, even though nobody finds it funny. It's just how it is. It's just how it be. What do you think about body pillows? They're absolutely fantastic. I don't have one, but I would like to have one. Like people find it weird, like, I feel like I mean, it gets. I'm gonna get a little slightly political here, where I feel like people always find body pillows strange because they kind of exotify a lot of stuff that people just do in Japan. Like exotifying this sort of stuff. It's like I want 10 and I'll protect him forever. I mean, to me, I think in the past when I've heard about body pillows, I found it a little weird. Because I'm like, why would you want to have the face of a anime character or the art of an anime character on a pillow? Because I found that part weird rather than the idea of body pillows being weird. But nowadays, I kind of, well, as I get older, it's more like I kind of understand. I can't blame you. You're the one that got stuck with the Hetalia group. Oh my god. I feel so bad for you. At worst, my anime group was just a bunch of people who like Naruto and One Piece and Bleach. Like at worst, that was just my group of people. And with my little group of, with my friend Elle, yeah, and her group, it was a little more. She was one of those. She was one of those blooming BL lovers. Therefore, you get those types of people every once in a while where they're kind of like, oh my god, these two guys are kissing, yeah, kind of thing. Which, probably cringe. It's probably cringe, yeah. You low-key had a crush on the leader? Oh, wow! I mean, but no, but was the Italia girl a good person, though? She was. Oh, cool. Do you still talk to her, or is it more like, oh, this is just a passing little thing? It's like, yeah, we only met once in middle school, and that's it. That's all. We're not talking to each other ever again. Nope, haven't seen her since middle school. Yeah, I actually haven't seen the guy that confessed to me since middle school either. Well, I think it's because I think he like came from Oregon or something, and then he had to go back to Oregon or something like that. Something like that. I don't actually remember. I don't remember the details. And people kind of lost touch with the guy after that, and I was like, whatever. I just sort of shrugged. He was Oregon! Yeah, Oregon, good, because I don't actually like the guy anyways. I think I said this in a previous chat, but I know I'm making fun of him a lot, but I'm sorry, but it's true, and everybody thought of it, but he had a really huge head, so he was kind of he was like a Chinese Jimmy Neutron, because he had a huge ass head. It could just be that his hairline was also kind of high, so his forehead was like pretty fucking wide. It was funny, people actually made fun of him for that, and he would chase him. But yeah. Yeah, like, it's me, man. I'm sorry, but I laughed at that too, huh? Like, I'm sorry, but it was really funny, because it was like, because it wasn't like something I'd personally noticed. It wasn't that bad. I think when I saw him in like 5th grade, it wasn't really that bad. But for some bizarre reason, Well, I've noticed it more when we were in middle school, and I was kind of like, he has a huge head in my head. And then the next thing, the moment I thought of that, this one kid was like, "Lo, you have a huge head, bro." And he chased him down the hall. It was so funny, bro. Like, people actually had a name for that. I don't remember what it was, but the people did make fun of him for having a huge head. It was kind of funny. But it wasn't like he was being bullied. People, you know, people sometimes just point things out. But it was really funny, though. I feel so sorry for the guy. I'm just putting him on blast for being an asshole and having a huge head. It's fine. It's fine. I hope puberty did him well. You know, maybe he looks a lot better now. Cause like I knew a guy who watched in front of the, was he based for that? Wait, how old were you guys when this happened? Freshman year. High school. Oh, well. That guy deserves to be bonked. He needs to be bonked. Like, what the fuck? The only base if you do that when you're older, not when you're 14. It's like, that guy deserves to be bonked. I mean, if I were the teacher, like, and I saw this, I would bonk the child. I'll be like, I know they say you cannot be violent against a student, but I'm sorry. This dude deserves to get whooped. He's like, top 10 reasons why Teru should not be a teacher. I will smack children. Like, literally just bonk them. Bonk him with the little air hammer. You know, the ones where you hit and he makes a little squeaking sound, like squeak, squeak. Bonking them. Kids need to be spanked. What are we getting into politics now? Are we discussing politics now? Like morality? Whether or not kids need to be spanked? Honestly, I'm very impartial to the notion of being spanked or not spanked. Like, I don't think, like, little kids or anybody should be just opinions. Yeah, I forgot the word. I think it's more of like a morality question whether or not kids need to be punished or spanked, to like physically punished. And like I said, I'm pretty impartial to the whole thing. I kind of feel like I don't think anybody should be physically hurt to be punished, kind of thing. But it's like, but it is kind of like, well, I can kind of see why sometimes a more like physical punishment can work in some ways. Like, I kind of feel like as long as it doesn't get abusive or something, it should be okay, usually. I think. I don't know. Have I watched the Boondocks? I have not. I have read some of the comics on the newspaper, but not... No, I haven't actually watched it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think kids need to be spanked, but it also depends on the temperament of the child and if they understand what they did wrong. So yeah, don't physically actually hurt the child, like actually make them cry, you know? What? 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 What episode? What? Oh my goodness. What kind of episode is that, yo? That is like dark humor. That is some dark ass humor there. What the hell? Why would you handle it? Oh my god. What the heck, bro? Holy shit, man. Yeah, that is some dark ass humor. That is actually very dark. I would laugh, actually. If I saw that, I would actually laugh, just because, oh my goodness. No, yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't the kid that got whooped with a belt. I got whooped with the back end of the feather duster. You know, the part where the handle end, where you hold it? Boondock's hilarious. Yeah, I can kind of tell. I think there was a. This is the one thing I remember that somebody said. I'm not sure if it was from Boondocks, but I think it was, where someone was like, "What?" She was. Oh my goodness. The rice paddle? Oh no, not the paddle. But yeah, I mean, oh, there was a scene in the Boondocks which I liked. It was I saw this online where I think literally someone was like, I'm pretty sure it was Boondocks. Where someone was like, man, how can I was like, man, I wonder if it's possible to just take off your underwear without taking off your pants. Or something like that. I think it was Boondocks. It was so funny. It was like, that was the one thing I remember from that, because it was like, so it was a very iconic phrase. It was like, you're right. How, or was it like take off your underwear without taking off your socks or something like that? I remember it was something very to that extent, and I was like, that was the weirdest thing to think about. But you're right. So how can we just the booty? I don't know. But I remember it was a really short scene. It was like, was it a screen cap or something I saw where one of the kids was like, I wonder how can I like take off my underwear without taking off my pants and socks or something like that. It was a very interesting. I remember that very distinct. I don't think that was Moon. Was it not? Damn. I don't remember. I just remember someone talking about it. I don't remember it was Boondocks. It was some different. If it was another show. Or was it something about taking off socks without taking off your shoes or something? Damn, I don't actually remember. What is my top 5 games? Man, I wish I was more of a gamer. It could be any game, right? It doesn't have to be limited to like console or like, you know, specific stuff. Okay, let me think for a second, because I'm like, I don't think I've played a lot of games in my lifetime, but let me think of a game I genuinely enjoyed. Top 5, you can put Hops Gotch in the list. Oh, just any games? Okay. Oh, okay, any games, any type of game. Top 5, not in any order. I like playing Mahjong. Like, I want to play Mahjong with people more. It is fun as hell, but nobody know how to play Mahjong. It makes me sad. But I only play, whatchamacallit, my Canton style Mahjong, which is a lot easier than Riichi Mahjong. And, I like Grand Blue Fantasy. Like any of the Mahjong complicated. Like Grand Blue Fantasy. I mean, it doesn't have to be versus. It could be. I just like Grand Blue Fantasy, like in general, like just the title. It's like the mobile game and and Grand Blue Fantasy versus are both very fun. To me, is a top 5. I also really like the Persona series, but the thing is I've never completed a Persona game. It's kind of whack, isn't it? I love Persona. I've never finished a Persona game in my life. I also am very fond of Pokemon. Was that Mahjong, Grand Blue Fantasy, Persona, Pokemon? I am fond of the Pokemon series because it was honestly it was one of those games that we were too poor to get Pokemon. So for the longest time, I've never been able to play Pokemon, the games. Until maybe around middle school, I think when Emerald came out, I begged my parents and they said, yes, You can play. We can get you Pokemon Emerald. I was like, yay! So I fondly remember Pokemon being one of my favorites, and I also really like the Kirby games. I love Kirby games. It's the only game I've actually finished. Like, surprisingly so, it's the only game I've ever actually finished. It's just the Kirby games in general. Kirby games are fun. My personal favorite Kirby game though is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I think the one where he gets split up into 4 Kirbys. What's a Kirby? Fave Kirby hat? Oh, you mean when he like sucks something up and he has a hat or whatever? You know that one that made him look like a clown? I mean, not a clown, but like a gesture, I think. I think there was one that was... Yo, copy ability. Yeah, I don't remember this copy ability by name, but... I don't remember this copy ability by name, but, yeah, there was one that he wears a cute little hat. It made him look like a little like a gesture, but like it was a cute little hat. I like that one. Mirror Kirby. Like the reason why I really liked Mirror Kirby was because unfortunately I did not have any friends to play it with, so it's not like I could play with like 2 to 3 other people. But what I do love about it is that you get to call the other Kirby's and you can ask them to heal you. But how they heal you was like, oh, they give each other kisses. It was so cute. I really love that. That's all I remember. And also, it was the only game where you can color Kirby. Like, you can spray Kirby to be a different color. And I was like, yo, yes! I was missing one color, but I could never get to that area for that color. And like I said, this is before... What? Why are you asking me this, bro? Does Kirby use tongue in the... No. It's just a little kiss on the cheek, buddy. Where are you going, bro? Do you need me to time you out? Do I need to time you out, bro? Don't ask this in public chat. Do this again and I'll actually time you out. And then I'll be like, alright, no one's talking. Time to end the stream. Good night. But yeah. Oh gosh, I have been talking for almost 2 hours. I mean, I'm glad you enjoy talking to me, because I don't think I'm a fun person to talk to. So, I mean, to the people who are listening, I'm glad you enjoy it, I guess. I always find myself boring, so it's like, makes me glad that, well, at least one person's here! But I think... What else? I guess... Do I have anything else to talk about? Like... Because I know I have a list. I didn't write it down, but I did make a mental list of things to talk about. No, well, I guess... Oh yeah, but going back to the Kirby games... I don't think I played any of the newer ones. The only ones I've played were, like, a lot were in the Game Boy Advance, like GBA era games, which wasn't like that many. There was only I think there was about 2 or 3, but I only played Amazing Mirror and Nightmare in Dreamland. Oh. They had cute mouses? Oh, that's cute! Yeah, I don't think I played the DS ones. But then again, we bought a DS hella late after release. It was like 2 to 3 years-ish after release that they like... that I got a DS in general, so it was kind of like... games. Like, at that point, I was kind of too busy to play games. Though we also did it the cheap Asian way, where it's like we get a DS and we just pirated all our games. Yeah, I'm like, I mean, you see, I shouldn't publicly talk about pirating games like this, but it's like, well, if you want to save money, you have to be a little cheap. It's like, yo, I was kind of poor, buddy. It's not like I have it's not like I'm able to get games, you know? Like the official way, so we just pirate them. We also pirated a bunch of like PS2 games too. But like, well, when you modify your PS2, it kind of borked things for us. So our PS2s are sort of broke. Like it just couldn't. Like you could still turn it on, but it couldn't read any games. It just couldn't read any CDs, and it's kind of bad, huh? Oh, speaking of like PS2, I actually really liked Final Fantasy X2 10-2 because I like the idea of dress spheres. It's like the game was ridiculously hard to play, and I've never actually got past like the first mission, but I really loved the dress spheres. It was really cute. I thought that was really cool. Right? See, dress spheres was so cool. I just thought, damn, I want that. But I did appreciate it just because it was almost like it was a nice mechanic because it's like you can actually fundamentally basically change a character. Like class. It's like changing character classes, but like, so like all the player characters aren't stuck in like one class kind of thing, which I thought was cool. But yeah, no kidding. The dress sphere mechanic was so good. Bring it back. It's like, bring it back, man. I loved it. And oh, I also played Kingdom Hearts 2 in the PS2. They did in Final 13-3. Damn, I never played that one. I played a bit of the first one. And I saw my aunt, I think, play a bit of the second one. Play the second one, I think, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know if she finished it or not. No, I think she did. I haven't played the third one, but yeah. Whoa. Based off of Final Fantasy V. Then it's a thing in Bravely Default. Oh. I see. Oh, but yeah, what are the games I played on PS2? I played a lot of games on PS2, I think, but I do like. I played Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PS2, but I never finished it. Well, I did get too busy to play it, but also that like. Well, then again, our PS2 broke shortly after that, and I was like, no, I was almost done with Kingdom Hearts 2! Because I think I got very far into the game. Like, I think it was, like, I'm pretty sure it was very far in. It was because I was right at the part where, basically, after you play, like, who was the first guy that appeared? I think, was it is it Ventus or something? And then you switch over to playing Sora like mid-game. Roxas, there you go. Yeah, Roxas, yeah, like, okay, so yeah, for you first play Roxas, I played it most of the way there, and then Roxas finds Sora, and then suddenly you do the switcheroo. You don't know really what happened in that scene. You do the switcheroo, you're Sora. And when you become Sora again, you had to kind of like revisit each place that you've been to already as Roxas. And I think I was going back to the I was going back to one of the places, but I don't remember. Was it like? Wait, what worlds were in Kingdom Hearts 2? Was I going back? Was Hercules in there? Because I feel like I was going back to that one, and then I couldn't play anymore after that. But oh yeah. I mean, I know what happened in the story. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, you returned the sword. Yeah, I think I know what happened in the story after that. But yeah, it's sort of. I was about to go back there, and then the PS2 breaks. Big pensive. I feel like I think I was almost done because given how it was already building up, I think I was already pretty much halfway past, a little halfway through the story. Honestly, makes me sad. Oh, it was like because I really wanted to play Kingdom Hearts when it first came out, like for Game Boy. Yeah, but I couldn't play it because we had no money to buy it. And I was like, no. I tried to ask some like kids if I could borrow it, but like they're like no, because nobody liked me when I was a kid. So that's what happens when you're bullied, I guess. No one likes you. Anyways, yeah. I've talked for 2 hours, and maybe I should stop. I talked for 2 hours, but it's only one person talking to me. Thank you for humoring me, Leela. You're a real bro. Do you want an orangey? My mascot? I can give you one. I can give you an orangey if we ever see you. He's like, thanks for humoring me, bro. Sure, I'll take one. Hell yeah, I'll give one to you if we ever meet up. Okay, well, thanks for thank you for your time, guys. I think some people came and went, which is fine. And I think half of the people here are just bots trying to pretend that you're watching the stream. No, actually, no, I'm surprised that you actually came, because like I said, I wasn't actually expecting to go on for this long. So, like, because I was thinking, oh, I might end up, like, going 30 minutes and maybe just stop because no one's gonna come, but you came. Thank you. I'm gonna have another stream coming up. It's okay, it had that effect on people. No, I'm glad. No, I really appreciate it. It's you know, it's kind of like I'm not like a streamer. I'm not like streaming all the time, or I stream games that people or things I do that people care about. I'm a very tiny person. I'm a very small time streamer. So it's like, no, it makes me very happy that even if I'm just streaming to a crowd of one person, at least one person's here. At least you're here, and I'm very happy. You make my day, bro. Finger guns. It's like, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me, honestly. It's like, because I do know I stream at bad times too. So, and I feel like most people who are in Asia don't like going on to Twitch. With the exception of like maybe 5 other people from like the Compass Discord who don't mind coming to say hi. But, yeah. What's with my sleep schedule? You know, because I don't have to work. I'm a neat. That I just wake and sleep whenever the fuck I want. I have vampire hours. I sleep in the day and I'm waking at evening. So are you gonna be like, God, you should fix your sleeping schedule? I'm like, no, I don't. I think I just sleep late just because, like I said, most of the people I talk to are in Asia. Are you older than me or younger than me? I've been like this for like 3 to 4 years because I'm a college washout. I'm a college graduate washout. I just graduated. I'm 7 years. Bro. Baby, man. You're a baby, bro. What the fuck? He's like, I call you a baby, and you're like, no, I'm in my 20s. He's like, I'm in my 20s, like, you're a baby. Wait, are you born? Wait, I don't want to be... Oh, hey Riku, you came on it right when I was about to stop streaming. What the fuck? Do you want me to stay on for 10 minutes just for you, bro? I can still go on. I have a lot of time. I have the entire night. Shit, I missed the stream! Yeah! No, it's okay. I can stay on for another few minutes just for you, bro. Just for you, bro. You can backlog. I talked about a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, I should try practicing how to speak slower. People say I talk really fast. So I should do that, lol. I should speak slower, because people say I talk really, really fast. So I'm sorry for talking hella fast, I just talk fast. Yeah, sure, let's see, okay, recap of what I was talking about earlier. Damn, I can't believe I get to extend my stream. You guys get to hear me talk more? Okay, so what I talked about in the beginning was, if anybody sent any questions in my retro spring, I answered them. I answered quite a bit of questions because people keep sending them while I was talking about them, so I thought, cool. That's nice, and we talked a little bit about my love life. I have funny stories to share, so you should backlog later. You should backlog later to hear about my funny stories. You get to secondhand embarrassment from me. But yeah, now we're just talking about random stuff, so you can ask me anything you want. As long as it's not too, like, you know, weird or something. You know, things I can talk about publicly and not like, what are your kings? I'd be like, I cannot talk about that, bro. And if you ask that, I'm going to have to time you out, but yeah. You got anything? Dating advice? What kind are you asking about? What kind of dating advice would you like to know? You'd have to be specific, because, you know, every relationship is different. Okay, time to drink my water. Didn't think that far ahead. Things not to do. Well, I have this waifu. Just marry her in the bot, bro. You know the waifu bot? Was it? Yeah, just marry the waifu from the waifu bot. If somebody claimed her, steal her from them. Just be Shaz and just steal people's wives, you know? Like how she stole Dizzy from Kai. I don't think whoever has Miku will hand her over. I'll pull up to club with the body pillow. Do it! No, for real, do it! I highly endorse people who do this type of stuff. It's a power move. Okay, but speaking about the waifu bot though, hey, look, if Miku, if one server, look, if one server has, because I think it's by server, not by like person, so it's like, just make a server so you could claim all the Mikus as your own. The bot, it would have to be a mainstream anime waifu though. It doesn't have to be, you know. It could be some sort of obscure waifu and you can just be like, you know, you Will Smith pose at them. You know, that's like, I feel like that's a genuine power move. Because everybody knows this, if everybody knows them, it's kind of boring. You know, like, wow, what's the fun in that? Like, y'all know this person. But yeah. Yeah, go to the VIP lounge. What do I think about 02 staying on top? You know, I've never actually watched the series. series she's from, so I actually don't even know what kind of character she is. I just know that people really liked her because she was like thirsty for the pro tag or something like that. I mean, her design is really nice though. I do personally really like her design. But Discount Asuka. Is that what she is? But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know anything about 02 other than people were making fun of that anime. They were calling it's Abe Shinzo's agenda for people to have kids because of Japan's declining birth rates or whatever. I heard it was like really, 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 really weird, but I don't know. The premise didn't appeal to me to begin with. They just adjusted positions? Is that the reason why they like it? What? I guess somebody really did have theirs. I think whoever was making that idea. And in Pacific Rim anime looking weird. I guess somebody really did have their dick on their hand when they came up with that idea. Yeah, yeah, that is a little weird. Thank God I didn't watch it. I'm like, thank God I didn't watch it. That is actually really, really weird. That does sound very weird. I heard the plot wasn't even that great, so I'm like, whatever. It is decent, but the end is rushed. Oh, that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes, yeah. I remember it involved the two. What? Dude, the more I hear about this series, the more I'm kind of like, maybe I should try watching Darling in the Franxx. Is that the anime which 02 comes from, if I recall correctly? I'm like, why is it T-Rex? Whole season into 4 episodes. Wow. I see. That sounds kind of, No, honestly, I feel like maybe I should watch it just to see what the fuck is up with the T-Rex. I'm watching it just for T-Rex, my homie. My bro, the T-Rex. I need to know. Why was there a T-Rex? Why is the T-Rex in there? You're watching it for the dinos, guys. What? Okay. Wonder what else can I talk about? I'm like, it's like, what, 2 a.m. right now, so I'm kind of like, what can I talk about? I'm like, what can I talk about? What can I talk about that isn't extremely niche? And that people would know? What's my fave anime? Why do you always ask questions that make it hard for me to answer? Because it's like, I have a lot of fave animes, and I feel like I like them all for different reasons, so it's kind of like, it's either you have to be specific or I just list off a random anime off the top of my head. Because I don't think there's one that I absolutely go, oh, this is my absolute favorite anime. I would recommend it to everybody. Am I watching anything this season? I am, but let me check my list. I have a list. Let's see. I do watch animes somewhat legally. And yes, I do watch. I have a Crunchyroll subscription, so let's see. For this season, that isn't anything that was continuing from like past seasons or anything. There's Tokyo 24th Ward, Salaryman's Club, Delicious Party Pretty Cure is from a Crunchyroll list, and I think I am watching a couple from a different list. Sorry, this is pirated, so I'm like, I'm just gonna list it off. List off some names. Wait, no, I think that's it. Because I've only been watching anime that's kind of old. Yeah. I don't think I'm watching anything extremely new this season. Well, I do want to watch Lupin the Third, Part 6, because the second half of the second part of Part 6 is what aired recently, but the first part was before then, so I guess technically it's a this season anime, because that's like Part 2. The second half of Part 6. And I have Sayuki Reload and Sasaki and Miyano queued here. And Futsal Boys. Don't know how good it is though, just because there's like an oversaturation of sports anime nowadays. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think I have anything extremely new that isn't continuing from previous seasons or whatever. Because the stuff that's continuing from previous seasons is Shinkansen, Henkei Robo, Shinkalion Z, Watcha Primagi, and Digimon Ghost Game. I also watched Detective Conan, or Case Closed. I was kind of watching Demon Slayer with my brother, and World Trigger ended kind of recently, just a couple weeks ago too. And yeah, that's it. Did y'all get that? Y'all have any questions about what I'm watching? Or are you guys gonna judge me for my taste? It is a lot to take in, but I hope I said the title is good. I will say stuff I would say to look out for this season. That's, I will say that despite I don't keep up with season stuff. I randomly watch stuff from the 2000s. Honestly, I don't always check what's new on the list. I just sort of look at Crunchyroll and see which series they got the licensing for, and kind of call it a day. Honestly, it's like a lot of series are kind of hit or miss nowadays. It's like, if I'm not watching this, I'm probably just watching some Chinese anime or something, or watching something kind of old. Like, I started watching Lupin the Third just because this season was kind of dry for me. I started watching Lupin the Third from Part 1, and that's stuff from the 1970s or 60s or so. Yeah, most of the ones I'm watching are continuations too. Like, what, Detective Conan? I mean, the Precure series gets like a yearly sort of, like, after a year they move to another theme. Kind of like Kamen Rider, if you guys watch that. So it's like after 1 year, it's like, okay, new Precure. So it's technically a continuous Precure. I mean, I also watched the Pretty series, like with the idols, like Pretty Chan. I watched that since it's like I said, it's like a franchise that kind of changes, like, kind of almost like after every year or two or so, like there's like a new concept or something. Because I think it goes on for like 50 something episodes, so it's like they're kind of technically it's a continuous thing. There's like it's kind of like watching Pokemon. Is like it's like a continuous sort of franchise, even if it's like a new season or like new thing with whole new characters. It's like it's still in that franchise, so it's a continuous franchise. Yeah, that's about it. I would say stuff as continuing to be 10. Hasn't he aged? Isn't he like 10 and a half or 11 by now? I don't catch up with. I'm not actually up to date with Pokemon nowadays. Used to love it when I was a kid, though. Oh, but anyways, I will say that for this season, I will say that Salaryman's Club, the badminton anime, with a cast of adults, that one's actually pretty good. I think it's just because it's like, well, I mean, because I'm an adult and these guys are adults, that you can see a little more like, oh, it's like that. There's that that realism of being an adult in there. So it's not like a bunch of high school kids or whatever, because you can't really relate to high school kids once you get past a certain age. And I will say, see, the thing about, I do like Tokyo 24th Ward, though I will say that the thing is that it's a whole anime about the trolley problem. So basically it's like, oh, if you're given two choices and it's like, you know, do you pick this one where one person will die, or pick this one and like more people will die? You know, it's a whole anime about that premise, which frankly, when you hear about the trolley problem, it's very silly. The trolley dilemma, or what I think it's called. And it's like, but I do think that this anime kind of played it off really well, because it's about these three guys trying to find a third solution to the trolley problem, see if they can like change history in any way. Like change, not history, but change like the results. So I thought it is pretty interesting because like, crash the trolley. Lol. They actually, you know what's funny? Because when they introduced the trolley thingy, the first episode was actually about a train. So it's like there's a train of people coming in that multi-track drift. But no, I mean they had a, yeah, so it was kind of like kill both. Lol. I mean, they couldn't kill both of them because one of them happened to be their friend. Like, they didn't want their friend to die, so I mean. But anyways, like, see, the thing I liked about it was that the first episode did a whole, like, oh, we successfully found a third solution for it. But, like, when you watch the rest of the series, you find out that it's really hard to have an ideal, to create that ideal third choice like they did in, like, the first episode. So I thought, oh, this is actually kind of interesting. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, once you know what to do, like all things will be well, and etc., etc. But it's like, well, no, you get people making choices kind of based on what they believe is right. So it's kind of like, yeah. So it's like, you don't get favorable results all the time. So I like that it's very much more grounded, because I thought it was going to be like, you know, your typical like shonen thing where all things will go right as long as you try. But no, this one was fairly real. It was very realistic. It was like, you know, no matter how hard you try, you may not always get that good, like, desired, like, ideal third choice. So I'm like, but it's not something I recommend, like, catching up to every week, though. I feel like it's much better if you just sort of take your time and watch it than just like, oh, it's so good, I'm gonna see what happens next week, because it wasn't, frankly, that good. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes things do just go wrong in life. But yeah, it's but yeah, it's pretty much that. So, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought that was actually kind of nice. Yeah, because I think the thing is that the premise that they're given is, like, really... Yeah, it really is! Like, I kind of came into it thinking that, oh, it's gonna be one of those typical, like, oh, yeah, everything goes well, all type of anime, like, shonen, but it's like, no, you get... Well, it is... Well, the main characters are all adults, so it's kind of like... You get to see a lot about their morals and their, like, backstories and all that you're like, oh, you kind of see why to do things the way to do, and I really like that. It's a very, very... It was actually more thought-provoking than I expected it, because I detest the trolley dilemma. Because why is that a thing? Like, I mean, yeah, in a vacuum, the trolley dilemma does pose, like, a really good philosophical question of who would you say first, but I'm like, to be fair, realistically speaking, there are so many ways to just make sure everybody lives. What would I pick? Would I pick the one person or save everybody else? See, I would rather sacrifice myself. I want to be the one person that dies so that everybody else lives. I mean, it may sound kind of like I'm trying to be like some sort of a cool protagonist by saying this, but it's like, if I have to pick, I'd rather just die. Because, I mean, you gotta think of it this way. If I get to pull the lever, what I would do is that I would direct it to the person, I would probably direct the track to the person to the person that's like, one person that's there, and I just run up to that one person and I go, I'm gonna replace myself. Like, save that person, and I just replace myself in there. So it's kind of like, yeah, one person is still there and I'll be dead, but it's like, but it's me and not them. I don't like how people pick I don't like that it apparently gauges your morality or something, because it's kind of like, I'll be honest, I feel like it really depends. Like, there's so much situational factors that I feel like the trolley problem has a lot of problems to add, like, in and of itself. Like, if we were given like extra parameters, as in, oh, so here's a group of people, these people are not bad people, and you have this one person who is a vile human being, let's assume that it's like Hitler on the tracks there, I would rather have Hitler die. Like, I would turn that lever to kill Hitler. Fuck that guy. You know? So it's sort of... So, you know, like, that's what I don't like about the trolley problem. Like, it's like, yeah, it's great for, like, thought. Like if you're discussing, like, philosophically about morality and your thoughts on that. Yeah, like, if they were all normal people, I'd rather just... Yeah, I don't know, I just hate the trolley problem. I detest it with every fiber of my being. I don't like it. It's like, it's just, there's so many factors that can contribute into that. It's like, if I'm going to be honest though, if they're all just people I don't know... Exactly. Will you return the shopping cart? That is the best question to ask, because that says a lot about you if you don't. I would. I'm the person that would return the shopping cart. Or, unless the little return thingy is a little too far, I at least put it in a corner where people can still pick it up. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. People who return our base. Thank you so much for believing in this. We are all people who return the shopping cart when we're done shopping. I agree with this. But yeah, like I said, it's like, I'm very impartial to the whole trolley thing. I don't like the question, generally speaking. And like, see, personally, I would rather just sacrifice one person to let the other three, let more people live. But that's only assuming that everyone is like, they're all normal people and they're not people I know. Because it's like, you really don't want 3 people losing their lives in a day, because like, that would be sad for like 3 families. At least one person, if it's one family, I only have one family that hates me. And I wouldn't mind taking that with my knee down, you know, like, I mean, I'm not that nice. I'm not a nice person, as people would say that I'm nice, but I'm not that nice, personally speaking. Like, it's just, if I have to pick in a spur of the moment, I would probably sacrifice the one person. But if I get to really choose, I would rather sacrifice myself. Because, like, hell, at least I made the choice to keep everybody else alive. You know, my family may be hella pissed off at me and sad that I'm gone, but it's better than having 2 completely unrelated people into this. You feel like you could make an anime? Do you know, that's what Tokyo 24th Ward is about. Because the whole anime is about the trolley dilemma. But the thing is that you have multiple moments of the trolley dilemma. And you actually get to see the aftermath of those choices. They had one very successful, like, first episode thing, which, well, it is the first episode, everything gotta go well, right? But, like, you see that later on, you see how these choices affect other people, and, whoo boy, trust me, you're gonna like the most recent, like, few episodes were like, holy shit. it really hits. It hit me. It hit me. It hit me really. It hit me in a way, bro. It was like hard. Oh god. Yeah, I mean that's an anime I think you would enjoy. I mean, I personally enjoy it, and I like watching things that have deep thought. It's also why I like watching Psychopaths, which by the way is a really good anime. If you guys are into like sci-fi, but also the whole idea of what's the morality of justice, that what's the morality of justice, it's really good. I would say that's something I personally like. Yes, Tokyo 24th Ward is definitely an anime I would suggest watching if you're into that sort of thing. I watched it early in high school. I watched it like, well, I mean, you're a lot younger than I am. I watched it much more like, I think sometime when I was a little older. So I think the concept of Psychopaths sunk in a little more just because I was older. Just because it is a much more, it is like a mature kind of work, I would say. Not that it's like it has like adult themes, but it's more like, I think these are themes that you would get if you were older rather than like younger. Because trust me, if I watched Psychopaths in like high school, I probably wouldn't give a rat's ass about anything to discuss there. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, no, Psychopaths is good. I like it. I mean, I also find it really cool because I mean, as much as I don't like the civil system, but the Dominators are cool as fuck. Like, who designed that? I want to give them. I hope they get. I hope they got a raise. Dominator is cool as fuck. But yeah, I think otherwise I don't have anything else I can suggest people to watch. I mean, I'm in a whole like Lupin the Third like brain rot right now. I'm like watching so much Lupin the Third content that I'm like, watch Lupin the Third. I mean I enjoy it, but doesn't necessarily mean you will. But yeah, watch Lupin the Third. But it is an adult anime. Not that like the things, not that the themes in there are adult. It's just more, well, there is some nudity. You get to see lady boobies with nipples, not censored. And they kind of make very like racy jokes. So started reading more than watching stuff after high school. Oh. I mean, I think later Lupin the Third content made it more family friendly, so it's not as like, it wasn't as inherently racy as it was in the first like 2 parts. But I love Lupin the Third. It's great. It's funny. I actually enjoy it just because it's funny. I think it's just, it appeals to my kind of humor. But then again, I also like watching because it gives you that like, it's kind of like, if you think of old cartoons like Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, stuff like that, but anime, that's Lupin the Third. That's kind of very similar, but not exactly the same, because like it's still more like Looney Tunes and like Tom and Jerry's still a little more like for children or like for families to watch. So yeah, Lupin the Third is for real an adult anime, but it has that type of like comedy. It has that type of comedy. It's really good. Oh yeah, watch Lupin the Third. Yo, be a part of the small fandom. I think the fandom isn't that large, but I haven't digged into the fandom yet because I'm just on my own. Watch Lupin the Third. It's good. I like it. I think I liked it more just because I had 2 characters I like in there. Therefore, it's like, oh yes, I can watch this. Ooh, fun. I just started watching, I'm watching all the TV specials. I only watched a few of the movies. So I'm not done with everything yet. I want to review. No, I'm not going to review it. I'm bad at reviewing, but... I mean, if y'all want me to go on to talk about Lupin the Third, I definitely can. I'm like watching so much Lupin the Third that it's like, yeah, I know enough. I can go on. I can go on, bro. Brain rot. Anime review. That would be nice, actually. It'd be kind of cool to do, but the thing is that I'd have to edit stuff, and not that I don't have video editing skills, I'm lazy. Someone should do it for me. Like, I don't want to bother people, though. Like, hey, y'all got video editing skills? You want to edit my video? Yeah, because, like, I may be streaming a lot more and stuff like that, but I'm still only one person doing everything myself, so... And I feel bad if I just make people do it for free, if they're not a friend, or if they're willing to, and it's like, Yeah, I need mods. For real, I need mods and people. I need a manager. Help manage me. Maybe I need 2 managers. One for, like, actual, like, American time and one for, like, Asia time. Anywho. Yeah, anyways, though, yeah, Lupin the Third. I actually really like Lupin the Third. I do implore people to watch it if they can. It's free on Crunchyroll, I think. You just can't watch it in, like, HD or something like that. The subs are hit or miss, because the subs in, like, the later half of, like, part 2 and parts of part 3 were really bad. It was like, you tried. It was a you tried attempt. But I do like it. But the anime, like, the animation's pretty dated, though, because you're talking about, like, the 70s. So it is a little, like... It is a little old. And sometimes you see, like... You don't see it... It's not as smooth as anime nowadays. I mean, also just because they were working on tight schedules, too, and they're, like... And they're kind of, like, drawing things by hand, you know? So you ultimately, even though there's not a lot of, like, action-y movements in Lupin the Third, it's just that you do see scenes where people just aren't moving and stuff like that. So yeah, no, but it was still pretty watchable though. Like, I personally, I really liked watching part 2 though. I feel like part 2 is my favorite Lupin the Third, because part 3 they took some really interesting artistic liberties to drawing them that I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of weird. But the content in part 3 is pretty good though. So like part 3 is actually good. It's just the art style change was kind of what the fuck. So I was like, yo, what the heck is this? Why does it look so weird? Like, TLDR, why part 3 looks kind of weird. They gave everybody else who didn't really have butt chins, and I'm like, why does everybody have butt chins? To be fair, it kind of reminded me of, like, it kind of made, like, you know, when you think of, like, okay, so when you think of, like, adult cartoons, you would think of something like Family Guy or something. Or, like, what, King of the Hill or whatever it's called. Where the style is kind of ugly, but, like, deliberately so. Yeah, part 3 was kind of like that for some bizarre reason for Lupin the Third. Like, it had a very dirty-ish style, but it worked. It worked with Lupin the Third, though. It's just that it was such a drastic change from, like, the first 2 parts that I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? I was like, huh? But no, the content was good. The part 3 content was actually pretty good. Except for, like, you know, the part where the animation started to die towards the end, but kinda can't blame them. They were probably working on a budget, overworking their animators. And then, like, cause they had TV specials, I think, for a long time, and then they stopped it at 2013, and then they started it back up sometime 2015 with a new anime series, which is part 4 of Lupin the Third. And when I was only watching just the anime and not the specials, so I went from part 1, 2, 3, and then I went to part 4, and then the animation jump was like, whoa! It was such a huge jump. I was like, holy shit! It was so good. I cannot stop talking about how fucking cool the opening for part 4 was. It's really good. I should show you guys. I swear to God, it was like hella nice. There was so much stuff to look at. I personally really, really loved it. Yo, hold on, let me send y'all a link, yo. Like, shit. It was so good, I swear to God. It's like, no, let me show you. The opening was cool as hell. Give me a second. Freaking, it's cool as hell. I really like it, especially because I was watching stuff from like when I was watching it from part 1, 2, 3. It was like, okay, you know, not that the animation was bad there, but God, part 4 really brought up my standard. I was coming into this like, okay, this is pretty cool, and then, God, that opening, it blew me away. I swear, it's really good. Like, oh. I just like, oh damn, that was hella nice. I also like part 4, the arrangement of Lupin the Third theme in part 4. It is actually my favorite arrangement. I also like another arrangement. There was one arrangement in part 2 that I personally really liked. Oh yeah, they had a vocal version of the theme, which I liked, and they had and the last one they had for the like the last part of, they had 4 openings in part 2. I liked the second one and the 4th one in part 2. That was my favorite. Those are my favorite arrangements. Anyways, yeah, I'm just like, now I'm just talking about Lupin the Third. I'm like, yo, I'm in a huge brain rot. But yeah, what else do I have to say about it? Let's see. I was actually digging into the Lupin the Third wiki, and I heard a lot of very interesting things about some of the stuff that they had, which is namely just the OVA, the first OVA they had. Yo! Right? I'm sorry, I'm such a key. That time I was like, yeah, right, that looks hella fucking cool! It's like, it was like, there was so much to watch, but it wasn't super overwhelming. And it was very nice to watch. I'm just actually super happy it made everybody look so cool. I was like, yo. I was like, holy shit, it really is like, really is kind of like almost a revival of Lupin the Third. Like, damn. Oh, but I do implore you to watch Lupin the Third. It's actually a very fun watch. His hands. Yeah, everybody's hands are pretty hairy. I'll be honest with you, I think hairy hands is pretty common on most people. It's just that my family is hella hairless. Therefore, you will not see hair on our hands. We don't actually have a lot of hair on our bodies in general. Like, my dad's side of the family is literally hairless. Especially the woman. Did you know my aunt and my grandmother does not have armpit hair? Even my other aunt, I have 2 aunts actually on my dad's side, they both don't have armpit hair. Like, for real. Like, didn't even shave it. It's just naturally they don't have armpit hair. I'm like, yo, I wish that were me. Oh, but apparently my brother got that genes. He literally does not have hair on his body. Like, he doesn't have armpit hair at all. I was like, roll back. I got the RNG fucked me over, bro. I have armpit hair. Yeah, my other brother doesn't actually. Yeah, my brother doesn't actually have armpit hair. Like, bro, my bro 1, I have 2 younger brothers. Bro 1, he doesn't have armpit hair. And I was like, how? Even bro 2 has armpit hair. I'm just looking at bro 1, like, how do you not have armpit hair? What in the Jesus fuck? How do you get this look? Mr. RNG. Anyways. But yes. Anyways, watch Lupin the Third. I highly recommend it. I mean, it's also one of those series I don't think it catches on with a lot of people often, just because it's not actiony like not actiony and brain dead enough. Like, it is to an extent brain dead-ish, but like you do get a lot of parts where there's like it uncovers some sort of bigger mystery, or you're kind of wondering how the hell is Lupin going to escape this? How is Lupin going to steal this? Rather, it's not brain dead like Sao, or like but it's also not super actiony like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, stuff like that. I mean, it's also why Detective Conan didn't really catch on well in America either. I can only speak on the behalf of the United States just because I am American, but yeah, it didn't catch on. Yeah, Detective Conan or Case Closed did not actually catch on that well over here either. So it's kind of like, yeah, I can kind of see why. It's kind of like, well, then again, Doraemon was very specific. I don't think Doraemon didn't get localized until like around 2010 or so, because they aired it on Disney XD. I kind of get why Doraemon was hard. Right? It's like, I know a lot of Asian countries are very fond of like things like Doraemon and Detective Conan. Lupin the Third, though, apparently Lupin the Third is very, very popular in Italy. Like, Italy just like, oh, there's this funny gentleman thief. Let's take him and run. Like, Italy literally, like, embraced Lupin the Third. Like, every time I look at the wiki, they're always like, it always receives an Italian dub, and I'm like, wow, Italy really likes Lupin the Third. And it's just Italy specifically. I mean, there are some fans, overseas too. There are some fans in America too. It still gets English dubs. Lupin in Mexico has DBZ. Yeah, I wonder what's the thing that America just got. No, but then like Dragon Ball is still pretty popular over in America too, so I'm like, I don't think there's any one Soul series that was only popular in America and nowhere else. Because like I feel like all the other series I've seen are usually like series that are already like pretty popular like globally. Yeah, I'm actually impressed at it. It's like, but still, I find it very intriguing that the Italians really embrace Lupin. I was like, the Italians really like Lupin the Third. I find it fun. It's very fun. What else can I talk about Lupin the Third? Oh yeah, going back to what I was saying at first. Let's see. Let's see. There's only one thing. The thing I don't like about Lupin the Third is well, actually, to be fair, it was more of the management side, but it's like, I don't want to talk about it too much because I may kind of mean, and also very long time ago since it happened, so it's kind of like pointless to dig up old dirt from the original TMS Entertainment guys, but they really fucked up hella bad for one of the OVAs for Lupin the Third. I personally enjoyed watching that OVA, but it was like, they had bad management then, so it wasn't like good in the sense that they made a lot of very, very interesting choices. I would say it'd be better if you guys go Google it, the plot of the Fuma clan or something. Yeah, that OVA was kind of tragic in its own way. But yeah, it was. But I enjoyed watching that one though. Actually, the music was actually alright. It just didn't feel like it was Lupin the Third due to the choices they had to make because they had no money. It's like, shame on you guys. But I enjoyed it. I kind of wish maybe what they should have done was like remake that entire OVA or something. Like, not take the thing and redo it. Just literally take that concept of the first one and just redo it. That would have been a really nice way to rectify things. I can't English. To sort of make things kind of just to make it better, but oh well. It caused a lot of problems. I'm not gonna go into it. You can, like, literally, you could look it up in the wiki, so. Yeah, anyways, I'm like Lupin the Third Rainbow. There's so many good things I could say about it. Oh, yeah, also, just because this series has, like, negative continuity, so, like, outside, it's like, you get a lot of lore for them, but you can choose whether or not you want it to be real or canon. Because it's like, because, you know, it's like those, like, cartoons back in the day where it's just like, oh, it's just episodic, one time, one off, so it's like, what happens in one episode doesn't apply to the next episode kind of thing. Like, there's no actual continuity. And it just depends on the writer if they want to bring back a reference from the past or whatever. So it's kind of like cohesively, there is canon, there is lore, but there is also no canon and no lore simultaneously. How wonderful is that? These guys could be anything you want as long as you don't break them out of their mold. Or what is actually unanimously canon, I guess. It's funny, I really like it, but that's what I like about it, though. I would just read the wiki and I'm just like, yeah. I just kind of go, you're right, yeah, none of this makes sense. And then what else? I haven't watched all the TV specials yet. I'm almost done. I'm like, I need to watch 2 more. And then I could give a more honest opinion on all the TV specials, but there are some that I like. If you guys plan on watching Lupin the Third, just by TV specials alone, I can, let me look at the list, hold up. I have a few I can recommend that I personally really, really liked. Y'all could take notes, I guess. Hold on, let me just, list of television specials. Okay. I personally really liked Orders to Assassinate Lupin. I don't think the plot overall was that great, but one of my favorite characters is Jigen, and I really liked how they give a lot of spotlight on him in this one. So I actually really liked watching it just because I could see Jigen looking cool, even though he's always cool. I also like Tokyo Crisis, because for once it didn't actually focus on Lupin so much. It actually focuses on the detective that catches him, Zenigata, which was actually really good. Like, I just really like this one. It's good. And I like Alcatraz Connection just because it's set in San Francisco. That's all I have to say. I like episode 0, First Contact, because I would say it's technically not canon to how everybody first met, because you already know how they first met if you watched the first 3 parts of the anime. But it was very funny. It was very fun to watch, because it was like, oh, you get to see what kind of things they reference from, like, the first few parts. It's very interesting. And let's see. I like Elusiveness of the Fog, because it introduced a character that was like they reintroduced a character who I think was in part 1, like the guy with the time machine. It was very, very funny. It was actually really funny. So yeah, this one I recommend this one. And I also recommend watching Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan. Trust me, it was a really, really good collaboration between the two, and I really enjoyed it. Even though there are story-wise a lot to be desired, but I liked it. I liked how they combined the two of them together. It's wonderful, absolutely beautiful. They should make more. Yes, there is. They have a TV special and then a movie. Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan. Yes, they do. Watch the TV special first before you watch the movie, because the TV special is like the prequel and the movie is a sequel. They should make more. They should make more. If I have a lot of money, I will sponsor another collab between these two. And I like the later ones. I think the ones out of ones I watch. I like Blood Seal, Eternal Mermaid, and I like The Secret Page of Marco Polo. And I also like The Princess of the Breeze, like the last three in like 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. I know, 2011, 2012, 2013, yeah. It really is! I was like, I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, I would say, like, plot-wise, there are some things left to be desired, but it's like, overall, it was really good. I actually really enjoyed watching it. I can't wait till I watch the movie version, yo. I'm like so excited for that. I'm here like, let me finish the TV special so I can watch all the movies. Me sitting here like, you can hear my excitement, like, yo, I'm looking so good. It's like, So yeah, okay, that's what I only watched up to Italian Game so far, so I need to watch Goodbye Partner and Prison of the Past to see how good that is, but yeah. So, yep, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna make more TV specials after the Part 6 anime airs, though. I would like to watch more. I would like to watch new Lupin the Third content. But anyways, yeah, y'all got any other questions for me about anime? If not, I can probably go take a break. I've been talking for 3 hours. Feel free to ask me anything. 3-hour talk pog. 3-hour stream, yeah, bye. And yeah, right, and I'm just talking the entire time, which is, I'm impressed, because the last time I had a stream where I was just talking, I only talked for like about an hour, and then I switched to doing something in Photoshop. So I was like, damn, I'm surprised y'all made me talk for 3 hours almost, I swear. Is my effect... I mean, to be fair, you just keep giving me questions, and I was already kind of prepared to stream for a while anyway, so it's not like... It wasn't like I need to end it in like an hour or anything. It was more like, if it goes on for a long time, perfect. If not, eh. So yeah, I just... But no, it's like... I'm like in that Lupin the Third brain rot. I'm in that, like, I kind of like, I started this thinking that maybe I would like a character that's a side character, or like a character that just won't appear ever again, but no, I end up liking two of the guys, two of the people from the main cast, so it's like I get to see them almost every episode, and I thought, damn, I think that's like the best. I was impressed I even liked two of the main characters in there. I mean, not that I would, like, not that I hate them or anything, but it's like, you see, it's like, because the thing with Detective Conan was that I liked the character, he's not a main character, therefore it's like, I love the series very much, but it wasn't as strong as Lupin the Third, just because you don't see him often. I'm like, Hattori Heiji, please come. Please show up. Please show up, my boy. My high school crush, literally. It's like I liked him the moment he appeared. Love at first sight. But he has Kazuha, and I'm rooting for her. Go chase after that man. It's like, I'm so rooting for Hattori. He's trying his best to confess to Kazuha, but he still hasn't confessed. And I'm like, bro. It's like, bro! He's such an idiot. I love him. He did. He really did. He really did. Yeah, he really did. It was so funny. Oh my god. He's trying so hard, and I'm just like, God. He just has to grab her by the shoulders and go, "You idiot, I love you!" And call it a day. He doesn't have to be theatrical, but he does it anyways. I'm like, ah. He has to assert dominance. Maybe, no, I mean, if he has to assert dominance, you know what he could do? He could just T-pose at Kazuha and just confess to her to assert dominance. He's just like, Hatsure just T-poses and confesses. Asserting dominance there. Kazuha's gonna look at him hella fucking weird though. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, it's called T-posing. Trying to assert dominance. To who? You don't need to know. See, this is why you should hire me to write your confessions. Like, write romantic subplots. Hire me. I'll make it hilarious for you guys. I'll make it worth your while instead of this weird sort of mutual pining. But are you guys dating or are you guys not dating? I'll make it tasteful. I'm joking, but yes. Bro, maybe I should probably draw that one day. Just the shit post where I'm just like, dude, if just the shit post, just based on this chat. Have Hatori Heiji T-posing while he confesses to Kazuha. Everyone's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to assert dominance. You do like, I mean, maybe in the future, I'm still stuck in Lupin the Third hellhole here. I'm still stuck in Lupin the Third brain rot. I'm sorry. I'm stuck in Lupin the Third brain rot. The first thing I provided for that fandom. Don't do that. Don't do that. Heiji will not do that. You know why? You know why? Because Kazuha will kick his ass. Oh, but to be... For more of best girl, yes. Yes, definitely. Unless, haha, unless you do. But yeah, I mean, I'm still stuck in Lupin the Third because there's so much content to watch for Lupin the Third. I think it's just a majority of it was like usually TV specials, and that's like an hour and 30 minutes long. So it's like, I have a lot to watch. It's not like Detective Conan where I just have to watch 1,000 episodes of anime. Which I caught up to in like 3 months. Fucking died. So I mean, Lupin the Third was just easier, I guess. Lupin the Third was just easier just because I like 2 of the characters at least. But yeah, it's I'll show it. It's I like it's like unless left, point right, point left. I'll be honest here with the way Hatori Eiji is like delaying his the way they make him delay his confession so hard, I wouldn't be surprised if Kazuha one day just pulls him by the collar and he's like, "You dumbass, I love you," and he's like, "That was supposed to be my line." Like I feel like that's hella on brand for them to do that. She's just like, "I like you, idiot." He's like, "That's my line." She's gonna be like, "What? What?" Like literally, if it doesn't happen that way, I will. If it doesn't happen that way, I will riot. At this point, it might as well be like that. I'm like, she really should. I swear. I mean, I'm not that deep into like Detective Conan, but I'm just sitting here hoping that one day he will confess to her. One day they will be together, but it's like, you guys are making this very hard. It's like, it's like, what was it say? Yamagosho sensei, please hurry the fuck up. Everyone else, everyone else has gotten together. No kidding, bro. No kidding. Oh, nice. I don't actually read the manga, so it's not like I don't know how have they been doing that, but they are actually, yes, officially they are a couple, which is great. We're like, didn't it take like 1,000 chapters or something like that? I remember when we were like, I think you were talking about it once. It was like, it took them how? Yeah, it took like what, 1,000 chapters for them to finally get together, and we're all like, finally! Like, yeah, it was something. Now all Shinichi has to do is tell Ron the truth. Oh yeah, we are definitely waiting for that. And we're also kind of like, everyone's also waiting. We're just like, how long will it be until Hyabara finds out how to return them all back to normal? I'll be honest though, I also find it's a little curious. I mean, I'm not gonna say that people should be able to remember, but I'm also like, she was kind of extensively taking on her parents' research on making that medicine, making that drug, that I'm also kind of like, how did she not remember anything in it? Like, how did she be staring? She has to have been staring at the contents for at least 3 years of her life, and yet she's like, I don't know how to make an antidote. I was like, do you not remember what was in the study at all? Like, did she just purge it? She's still thinking, I can't tell Ron, I need to protect her. Ron, literally having brush-ins with these guys multiple times already. Yeah, whack, isn't it? It's even more prominent in like movie canon. I would say probably more so than manga and anime canon. And it's like, bro. Not to mention that Ron has already almost nearly caught on a few times that Conan might have been Shinichi, like, multiple times. It's like, you can only fool her for so long. I also wish they update us on how Hyper is doing with the drug. Like, she's been working on it, right? And she says she's improved it, but can't actually turn them back to normal. So I'm like, I wonder how she's doing with it. I don't think they actually talk about it often. I was like, I wonder how she's doing. Is she getting closer? Is she getting farther? Is it mainly just because she can't? You know how like it's really hard to get certain types of like chemicals and stuff like to your house? Is it just because Agasa can't get the shit that she needs? That's why she's struggling. I wonder how far have they gotten with that drug. So please update us soon. She needs Amazon Prime. Yeah, get those stuff delivered faster. Chop chop. Work on that. Work on that. They'll completely. How much money? The only thing stopping scientific scientific discovery is money. Is basically money. I always wondered about that. Augusto doesn't sound like rich. He doesn't sound like he's actually rich, but it's like he has money. He has money. He gets money somehow. And you know it's not retirement funds. He should just steal money from Shinichi and Conan from going up to his mom like, "Hey mom, can you give me a loan of $1 million?" Oh yeah, no kidding, kind of curious, like what. She really should. You really should just go ask Kudos for money, but they're probably like, oh, but it's like a little, we're being too polite. No, I'll be honest, like, I would laugh really hard if Shinichi's dad was just sitting here twiddling his thumbs the entire time, just waiting for them to ask, can he sponsor their research? And he's just like, they're not asking. Day 985, they haven't asked me. They have not asked me to sponsor them. He's probably just enjoying this. He's just like watching his son struggle, like, this is fun. Like, this is fun. And he's just like... And like his mom is also just in it for the ride. She's like, oh, I get to see my little boy as an actual little boy again. She's probably just very happy. Going with the ride. And his dad is just like, I figured it out. I figured out what your problem is. Doesn't share the answer because he's that kind of dad. Considering some episodes. I see. Yeah, I don't think he's like... I mean, good on his parents for teaching him how to spend money. You know? Be a good spender, but it's still, like I said... But like I said, it's kind of like... They could just ask them to give money to sponsor a research thing, you know? I mean, not all at once, because that's suspicious, you know? But like... Come on, you guys. Like, come on, y'all. All this would have been so much faster if y'all just got money. Yeah, but speaking of which, though, have I ever talked about the fact that speaking of Detective Conan, I actually never talked about this to a lot of people, but like... I mean, I'm not gonna say is it bad, but it's like... I'll be honest, I actually really, really like, outside of Heiji, whom I adore with every fiber of my being, every time he appears, my eyes will immediately noom. I would focus on that. I would just focus for that short segment he's in. I will focus on any episode he's in. But I also really like, what's his name? Let me think for like 2 seconds, like... It's like, this is because it's like late night hours and I'm here like thinking really hard. What was his name? Maybe I should just go Google it. Because I remembered it at first and then suddenly I forgot. I'm just like, man, I'm kind of stupid. So I forgot his name. And I'm like trying to recount. Oh, yeah, I actually really like Gin. I was like, shit, I'm like blanking out on all the alcohol names because they're all named after some type of alcoholic beverage, and I'm like, what the fuck? I actually really like gin, but I cannot explain why I do. I just really do. For some bizarre reason, I think one day I just sort of went, oh, he seems pretty cool. I mean, he's a bad guy, but he seems pretty cool. And then suddenly it's like, oh, well, I like him. I don't talk about that much, but yeah. He doesn't really appear often either, but he seems pretty cool, except he's hella arrogant as hell, so it's really funny every single time. He's like... He's not, like, stupid, but it's like his hubris would kind of lead him to go, I'm pretty sure the guy I was going for is actually dead. And, like, literally doesn't suspect that Shinichi is still alive. It's so funny. And, like, that one episode where Conan was, like... You know, he was, like, super close to finding out something about the black organization, but he had to hide himself in the locker. And Gin was, like, super suspicious of that. But then he's like... No one can hide in these lockers, bro, if they're a full-grown man. I was like... I laughed hella fucking hard. I'm like, I mean, you're not wrong. But, like... I figured, why don't you just follow your guts for once and suspect that maybe it's a tiny little man? That made me laugh. I was like, yo, really? Yeah, and Conan was just stuck in the locker for the entire night. His friends found him. But yeah, that part was really funny. I was like, he was actually right on, his gut senses were right, but he was like, as if that will happen, and I'm just like, like, he's not wrong, but like, it's so funny. It's so funny, because considering this is like a whole like, mystery manga, that it's like, maybe you should probably expect the unexpected. They quote Sherlock Holmes a lot. But he literally just went, yeah, right. It's not like anyone's gonna fit in this locker. I mean, it's also one of those really small lockers, so it's like, yeah, you can only probably fit a child in there. It's like, what if it's just a tiny little man? Like, has he not seen, like, tiny little men? You know, people with dwarfism or whatever? Anyways, yeah, I like Jin, but I also want him to cut his hair. I'm like, why is your hair so long? Aren't you like a hitman? Isn't having long hair a bit of a liability when you're like shooting things? Or fighting? But whatever. Maybe he could tie it up though, but he just lets it down. I'm just like, why? And thinking about why I like Jin, this is probably the reason why I like Jigen from Lupin the Third. Now that I think about it, like, these two, there's a connection between these two, and it's that they both wear hats and they look kind of cool, and they're really good at shooting things. There is a connection. I've connected the dots. Didn't connect shit. I've connected the dots. So no, I've connected them. Oh, you know, ironically, I also really like Goemon from Lupin the Third, and you know, he uses a sword. Also, guess what? Hattori-Eiji's good at kendo. Oh my god, there's a connection. No, I'm just laughing at myself for being stupid. There is a connection. Didn't connect shit there, guys. There is no connection. I just like people who I think I could vibe with, or I think is really cool. Or if I could pick on them, that'd be kind of nice. I say pick on them, like, bully them out of love. I bully my friends out of love. If I can, though. If I know that it doesn't work with y'all, I don't do it. Okay. It's like, I'm getting kind of tired. But, yeah, anything else to ask? Because I still have stuff I need to do after this, but, like, and it's not time sensitive. I just need a shower at 3 a.m. If that is all, I guess we can call it an evening. I've actually Very nice that we got like what? We got 3 hours of talking in. I'm actually impressed I've talked for 3 hours. Thank you for humoring me for so long. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess since we're all either waking up or getting very tired, I guess I'll call it an evening. Unless y'all got some like last minute things you are dying to say or dying to ask of me. Say it now, forever hold your peace. Wait, is it like peace as in like peace sign peace, or is it like peace as in like a piece of something? Lol, Riku, you're just like, yeah, Teru's done streaming! Hell fuck yeah! Go to fuck to bed, bitch! Good stream! And I'm like, you're forcing me to go to bed. I guess I guess if that's the case, then I'll like get some. Yeah, I should. I was impressed we talked for so long. Oh my goodness. Yeah, literally kicking me off my own stream, bro. I am going to have another stream. I have a schedule on my Twitter. If y'all don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter now. Damn, I actually have not set it up for stream elements to show up on my stream. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure that out after the stream. Hell, I don't know how to set it up. Crying. Maybe I just have to edit custom commands. But what the fuck just happened? Yeah, I actually don't know how to do that. Ah! I'll figure it out soon. Anywho. Yeah, follow my Twitter if you haven't already. I have a schedule up. I'm gonna do another art stream, but from what I have heard, or at least gleamed at from the Lupin the Third wiki, that people celebrate Lupin Day on March 3rd. So, guess what that art stream is gonna be about? Lupin the Third! Yeah! It's Lupin the Third stream on Wednesday, Tuesday? Around then, depending on when I stream. So yeah, I'll be drawing basically Lupin the Third art. I have stuff I doodled, I think, to prepare for certain days, but I also draw really slow, so it's kind of like, they're just probably just sketches and doodles at the moment. Outside of the shitpost meme I drew, where Lupin goes, "Nya," you know? "Nya." That's still my favorite post. I really like that. It's a shitpost comic. I really love it. Y'all should retweet it, give it some likes. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, Lupin the Third stream coming up soon, and also if you guys, I want to do something new for the weekend, which is basically I have like games I could stream, but I have a hard time picking games to stream, so suggest games for me to stream, and I'll put them into a roulette and pick and have it pick one to be the stream of that day. Excuse me. So yeah, if you guys got any game ideas, if you're on Twitch, I think there's a suggestion box or something in there, or you could just DM me or something, or message me somewhere saying give me some game ideas that I have. I cannot stream games I do not have. And yeah. So yeah, look forward to Lupin the Third art stream. Completely themed. I have stuff I need to do, but it's like whatever. I'm throwing that all aside for my newfound love of Lupin the Third. No, thank you for joining me for 3 and almost a half hours. God. It's like, thank y'all. And good night. Yeah. Alright, have a good day. Bye bye.